to the season here. And speaking of that, Cloud9 versus G2 is coming up next. And Cloud9 looking to close in on that score that G2 has. They've started out 2-0. Cloud9 needs this win not only to avoid the 0-3, but also to start pulling G2 back closer to the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I mean, G2 has looked like one of the stronger teams coming in. They had really strong communication. But here we go, the pick and ban phase. So what this screen means, these 9 class icons represent the 9 unique decks that these teams have brought. During this phase, the teams will ban away 2 of the opposing team's decks and then exclude 1 deck for themselves. So they'll be left with 6 to play during the match. So let's go ahead and get underway with the bans. And Warrior Shaman banned out right away. Of course, we've come to learn here over the course of 3 weeks of the Trinity Series that Warriors, Shamans, and Rogues don't really last long. So now with this information, let's go ahead and see ban number 2. And Rogue and Rogue. So we're going to see a Shaman left up for Cloud9. We'll see if they'll be able to capitalize on that. But the exclusion coming in, let's see if it changes.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Rexar.
Well, it changed for Cloud9. Last week they played Rexar.
Yeah, they did.
Went 1-1 with it.
Yeah.
This week against G2, I'm assuming they're expecting some very predictable decks from G2. Life Coach tends to play the metagame, and he has his tech choices and his variations, but he's a big believer in that data, and rightfully so. Data is a very big driving force of the game. He puts in a lot of hours and a lot of practice to figure out what the strongest decks are.
Yeah. All right, let's go and take a look at Cloud9. Now, one thing to note for Cloud9 this week is Tides of Time was unable to come to the match today. So Firebat and Strifecrow will have to carry that load a little bit further. They'll each be playing one of the decks that was designated for Tides of Time. So we'll only be seeing Firebat and Strifecrow today for Cloud9. So a little bit more pressure on their shoulders, I guess, having to pilot one additional deck this week.
Yeah, plus you have one less mind at work, offering up potential to think outside the box. Firebat's very good at deciphering all the different lines of play and seeing how they pan out. And Strifecrow and Tides of Time are wonderful guys when you need some ideas on how to play.
Yeah, so Firebat will be taking the Shaman, and Strifecrow will be taking the Warlock as far as pilot goes. But again, as a reminder, even though the players are piloting that specific deck, the team is collaborating. So Firebat and Strifecrow will be collaborating on the plays today. We'll see how that team dynamic is later on. But taking a look at the team card for G2, Tice, Life Coach, RDU, arguably the favorites after the first 2 weeks of play, and maybe even coming into the entire tournament. Tice on Paladin Druid, Life Coach Warlock Mage, RDU on Priest and Warrior. It stays the same throughout every week for them.
Yeah, you know, I've talked about Alliance potentially being the favorite coming into this tournament, but G2 just has a stacked roster. RDU been a force in the tournament scene since 2014. Tice, 2 World Championship appearances, and Life Coach just a fantastic, consistent run throughout his career, and it just seems to get better and better every single time I see him on a tournament. G2, in all realistic, worldly things, I would have to say is the favorite in this tournament, especially with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Luminosity are sort of those that dark horse.
Oh,
they're a little bit of goofball sometimes, but definitely to one of the teams to watch. But G2 is the big story here. We'll see if they can continue that streak. It's time for game number 1 of the series. Cloud9 is going to be on the Mage, and G2 on the Paladin deck. They've opened Paladin every week.
Yeah, and this opening hand for Cloud9, you know, it's pretty rare to see 4 Freeze Mage cards in the opening hand for a Reno Mage deck. I'm curious if this is Freeze Mage or not. I know that Firebat loves to play this deck in tournaments.
Only time. Look at that mug. What a mug.
Smiles more than him, that's for sure. Not that he's an unhappy guy or anything. I just, you know, it's hard to get him to crack a smile.
Muggetize me, Captain.
Well, that Firelands portal will spell something different. Yeah. Back to Reno Mage. Keep it onto the card draw, too. The opening hand.
Yeah, this is... Maybe it's some next level Freeze Mage build with Firelands portal.
You know, I remember testing for the winter preliminaries in 2016 with Chalky, and Dr. Boom was such a powerful card that we just decided it needed to be in every single deck. So when we play tested Freeze Mage, we just stuck a Dr. Boom in there. And let me tell you what, Dr. Boom won a lot of games. You ever played Dr. Boom and then Frost Nova? It's really hard to lose.
Unless they have Whirlwind Big Game Hunter.
That's the Warrior matchup. You do you're going to lose that regardless.
Yeah.
Inkmaster Salia picked up. Nothing too strong here for Cloud9. It's going to be a card draw for them. And G2, with both Anyfins early on, they have a really critical card with Ragnaros in hand right now. But the rest of the hand is lacking some substance here.
Mm-hmm. But this matchup we've seen go, two very distinct ways. We actually saw this matchup in the last series. The game plan, of course, for the Reno Mage. One, you can try and polymorph some of the Murlocs. Or two, you can just sort of play the War of Attrition. There's also a third that's unlikely, but we did see it in the last game have success, is the pressure. It's mounting that pressure, and that's how Alliance was able to overcome the Murloc Paladin. But let's go ahead and listen in on G2 and see what their plan is to tackle this Reno Mage.
I think it's not important. We don't need it. We don't need the damage. We just trade.
Yeah.
Then trade to play around Blast.
Intellect, so they are just really going with this draw plan. Ooh, look at that juicy loot.
Oh, look at the loot over. How much?
Are you sure that they kept them?
Yeah, they kept them.
Then I had Spectator bug. I don't know. I saw all the 4 cards going, but maybe Spectator is bugged.
They kept 2 cards.
Here, Taj, that would be a freaking forbidden healing, yeah? Here, look at
Loot
oh.
I hear some results oriented.
The Luthor is so much better. He's so much better. Oh, yeah, the Ragnaros is also an orange. Oh,
What to do? What to do?
As you can see, the teams are living parallel lives.
That is night and day. With Tides of Time not being here this week, Cloud9's communication is non-existent. I don't know if Tides of Time usually serves as the middleman between Firebat and Strifecrow, and they speak like different languages unless Tides of Time is there. They're not talking at all. In G2,
they're in a blast.
Usually it takes them a little bit of time to get warmed up. Usually like game 1, game 2, they're quiet, and then as soon as like Kazakus is played, Life Coach goes nuts, but
I want to play Hearthstone with those guys.
He played a Loot Hoarder and went nuts.
He's good. It's really good.
How often does that happen? Loot Hoarder's good, but is it that good to where Life Coach seemed like he was about to throw a party?
Maybe not that good, but it's pretty good.
Simply good.
The Ragnaros also, that tech choice matters so much in this particular matchup. We saw Firebat just continue to draw cards and get secrets on board, and now he's pulling damage off the board. Let's listen to G2 and see if these fresh pickups are going to affect the way they play.
Look at this.
Is it good in this matchup?
It's a little tricky in this matchup, I agree. Like against Renalock, it's nuts, but this one...
But we didn't have any Murloc yet. Like, we need to get the Murlocs.
Play it, right?
Yeah, you need to play Finja. Yeah, of course. They cannot even play. I mean, what do they do? Do they want to flame strike Finja or what? Yeah, let them be our guest, right? Or what?
Now what he's saying is like he's gonna beat bad with anything, but like we didn't get any Murloc yet, so like if we got like 3 Murlocs until now, maybe it was a consideration to not play it, but like now we should probably play it.
Do we attack?
I wouldn't.
No, yeah. I don't know.
Only damage. Why should you? But what do you mean? What? Oh, you don't play him? Oh, what? No, you always play him. Come on. He's even a body. He's even a body with anything. It's not even.
It's not that clear in this clear matchup, but with the version we are playing with, also having double Ragnaros soon, I like it too.
We have enough value. We have enough value with this version.
I like it because we don't have any Murlocs
They go on the flame.
being dead yet.
Flame targets. Cards that we can play here, so
Yeah.
You can get Bluegill. Bluegill would be good. Irian.
Yeah, let's go Bonds.
yeah, we never know. I double never equality. That's for sure.
So just Barnes first, and if you need someone to go there.
Yeah, exactly. I like. Yeah, and play another. play another Doomsayer, right?
I
Yeah.
think so, right? I mean, they also played already some.
Yeah, because otherwise Soria survives and they can like think Doomsayer.
I don't see the drawback of the Doomsayer.
I don't. No, there is no drawback. Well, there is Dirty Red, a drawback.
Okay.
So it seems like Firebat has been abandoned, at least in the communication side, by his two teammates. We'll see if he can overcome the entire team of G2. Firebat versus the world.
I'm not sure what to feel.
Sadness.
Honestly, a little bit, yeah. I mean, he definitely looks focused, but there's got to be a certain amount of aggravation going on if there's zero communication.
None.
I mean,
whatsoever.
I've been watching his face more than I've been watching the game. He has not spoken a word.
Yeah, unless he's gotten really good at ventriloquy. But I doubt that. He's got a lot of other things on his plate, so it looks like there's just nobody there. Oh,
wow, what a pull, too. The Light Lord, obviously also very strong, but pulling the damage away gives Firebat time.
yeah. That's big. G2 hasn't drawn a single Murloc. They've
Ninja.
both ended in, well,
Yeah, that's it. That's not the one
10
you
mana,
want.
summon a 2/4 with stealth. Got him. Yeah, that's pretty big.
Ivory Knight's pretty big as well.
Yeah, especially on an empty board.
Yeah, one of the things I'm looking at for G2 is that they just don't have any way to actually generate extra cards right now. So anytime they draw something that will dig into the build or give them an extra resource, that's very good. But I imagine they're eyeing the Ragnaros Light Lord here.
I wonder.
Well, let's go ahead and listen into G2 to see what their thoughts are on Ivory Knight versus Ragnaros Lightlord.
Do we just not attack again here?
Yeah, we
Go to
don't.
30.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, I wonder. This is Pyromancer. But I mean, they have the clear on board, right? I mean, they can
Yeah, like we had to do some kind of investment if we wanted to clear that board. Okay, we have to equality this. This is quite early.
Tonight, yeah.
It's really
Wait.
early in Infinitus.
You're saying we need to equality that, yeah?
Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to leave it up and let them get 4 fireballs, or
3 fireballs?
you want to Ivory Knight equalize this?
I'm just curious. I don't
Like
know.
he's gonna double fireball it at worst. That's the worst what can happen. The best that can happen.
And the verse is
Double
3
fireballs.
fireballs. What?
Yeah, well, that he is will go Polymorph, Frost Nova. Like then we have to do it the turn after.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. If you
And then we go Ivory Knight or Acolyte here.
Ivory Knight.
Don't you like the Acolyte more to draw some cards?
Yeah, but Ivory Knight is
I like Ivory Knight more curve here. I think we pick something up.
more curved, yeah.
Move quickly.
I'm on
It's
the
also
Ivory
like
Knight.
before. Lay on hands, right? Yeah, we need to fish the cards to attack the lay on hands. Definitely. Definitely lay on hands. Yeah.
Move quickly.
You might also think it's anything.
Could have gotten another anyfin or something. It's pretty scary. Land hands. Avenging Wrath. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
They've spoken!
That's the first thing that they've said the whole time.
You know, we did hear Dog
Wonder.
last week say that, and even Paladin's kind of boring to him. Wonder if same thing to Cloud9. They're like, just kind of boring.
Just going through the motions. It's a very straightforward deck.
A lot of times, it definitely is. In this matchup in particular, it tends to be more straightforward. But right now, Cloud9, I feel, is very much in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Now, there's 2 Anyfins on the other side, but they're landing in Alex. They've drawn the second Fireball. They have Frostbolt in hand. If G2 doesn't heal here, they are dead.
And they don't even have a way to deal with this. They can't kill it. Well, they can. No, they can't.
No, they can't. They don't have an Aldor. They only have 3 Murlocs, or 2 Murlocs dead right now. That's a Finja and a Bluegill.
They might have to 5-mana Arcane Intellect here. Go with the Solemn Vigil. Look for that Aldor Peacekeeper.
And I mean, they're thumbing it. That's got to be the play. They're dead if this stays.
All right, let's
I mean, they're
see.
dead anyway, but
They can also pick up an Equality. But they're dead.
and that's it. They have no way to fight.
Well, that came to a pretty quick ending. Turns out, Firebat got it done.
Turns out Firebat's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Turns out Reno Mage is pretty good. Every team's been queuing up Paladin first. So many of them.
Taking advantage of it. Teams are starting to take advantage of it. Instead of going with the mirror, this is what they're going with. And that's going to be game one, going to Cloud9, a pretty quick win.
Wow. That is crazy. What a sequence of turns for Firebat. Landing the Ragnaros off the Dirty Rat was huge. That cut into the damage potential for G2 so much that Firebat was as comfortable as he needed to be in order to take it. And then Strife Crow. Oh, with turn 10's approaching. Let's talk about any fins.
Yeah, and you can see how comfortable he is with his nice Cloud9 sweatshirt, drinking out of his Happy Face mug.
I want a Happy Face mug.
Ask Firebat where he got his, and you'll go. But a big win for Cloud9 there. But we are going to go to a very, 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 very quick break, so don't go anywhere, guys. More Hearthstone Trinity Series right after this. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Hearthstone Trinity Series. My name is CJ, joined by Nathan, that's Admirable Zamora, and we're about to jump back into the series between Cloud9 and G2. And G2 falling behind early.
Yeah, I mean, a much-needed break for them after game number one. You heard how excited they were at the start. And as the game started to progress and that Ragnaros got caught off Dirty Rat, a little bit of frustration from Life Coach afterwards.
Yeah, you could see Tice's face. He had like a blank expression when the Ragnaros got pulled. They're like, well, we got excited, but we didn't really think about, you know, all the possibilities, I suppose. And there's Cloud9's lineup. Still everything available to them. And keep in mind, Tides of Time unable to make it today. So Firebat will be playing Tides of Time Shaman, and Striker will be playing the Warlock. So a little bit of extra burden there for them, but it'll still be Firebat on the Mage now since they won that last game.
Yep, and G2 with Rogue and Shaman out of the way, I imagine Druid and Priest are the ones on the chopping block to take on this Mage.
Yeah, it's got to be. We heard Powder in his winners interview in the last match say when they were building their Reno Mage, they were worried about the counter queue of Priest. Templestorm played a little bit of a weird Druid, not quite as bad of a matchup as the Jade Druid, I suppose, in their heads. So we'll see what G2 is going with, but it's definitely going to be between those two, unless they have some weird warrior build that is not Pirate Warrior that might be able to take it on, but I doubt it. Pirate Warrior is just too strong.
And especially in the hands of these three guys. Life Coach has added Nagus Corsair to this build. They're very firm believers that that's the right tech choice, and the data that Life Coach has accumulated speaks for that. RDU, a very proficient aggro player where he's constantly looking at every single little thing that makes the deck tick. He's been piloting those strategies to tournament wins for years now, and Tice just always offering his wisdom and the lines that he sees and his hand reading ability. We've heard him call cards on turn one that are in opponent's hands based on keeps. It's something to behold.
I think that's just from sheer number of games, because Tice is one of the pro players that still genuinely enjoys spamming some games of Hearthstone.
I mean, I love playing Hearthstone, man.
I love playing Hearthstone, maybe not for 12 hours a day, but I love playing Hearthstone.
I was the dumpster last night, and I was queuing up games on the last day of the season. I just felt like playing some Control Warrior.
Why would you be playing Hearthstone from a dumpster?
You know, I don't know why, but plenty of people do.
I guess so.
Yep.
I hear it all the time. I just never understood.
Spectacular players such as everyone that practices with me. That's why we're all in the dumpster. It was very, very... We have more legend points, I think, than any team combined.
That's quite impressive, quite impressive. But we'll see what G2's answer to this Reno Mage is going to be. Reno Mage, a lot of success last matchup for Alliance. But let's go ahead and listen in on the Mulligan phase for G2.
You asked for it.
Okay. So do we the Jade Idol? It's a keep.
No. What are the Jade Idol? First strike, that's a keep. Second strike, that's not.
Yeah, we were first to act.
No, then.
Is it a keep by first act? Like then you are running a little cards.
You're running. Yeah, well, I have to stick it in. Okay, here you go.
I
mean,
think
you
it's
can.
an opener, but like you
Yeah,
need
but
to start somewhere with the gates, right? It's good.
Yeah, whereas I guess if you really want to get this value going, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we want to rather accelerate. It's a very slow deck, right? So we can as well just mulling all three. I like to mulling all three because we don't want to get a run out of value ever. If you don't run out of value, if we get acceleration, we win, right? So we should. We
Yeah,
can also.
I don't know. I think you keep it more often when you go second. Actually,
I would not keep it. I would not keep it. I would keep mulling everything.
I really don't like it either. I want Blossom.
Yeah. You want the acceleration. You don't want to get out of value. So with this, we never run out of value. That's insane. That's really insane.
That's a decent hand we have here.
Oh, we really broke the War and Ragnaros. This is so broken. Oh.
You tempo
yeah.
Talos, right?
Yeah, tempo times.
Do you? They can coin Acolyte or something. But then you avoid they do it into your Blossom or what?
Yeah, you want the Blood Mage. That's good.
Yeah, they can do
They
it
are not
anyways.
too
into the
sad
gates.
if they even coin it, right? I mean,
They will probably ping it. They don't want to leave it alive. Yeah, and we are not even ultra sad if they coin it. Yeah.
it's not that clear to play it here.
It's better than Shapeshift for sure.
It is pretty clear because like we play 1/1 anyways next turn. Like
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah. Yeah, it's also that you don't want the armor now. I mean, we can basically utilize our life until we go to 20 because of Alex. We want to utilize.
Lots of great discussion there from G2.
Yeah, Life Coach knows his matchups very well. I mean, you heard him say it. If he doesn't run out of value, they're going to win the game. That's pretty much true. It's virtually impossible for Cloud9 to win if they continue to drop threat after threat. On Cloud9 side, it sounds like they've been spellbreakered.
Or Cabal Song Stealered.
Or Iron Beguiled.
They are silent.
Or Keeper of the Grove pre-change when people actually played with the card.
Yeah, it's pretty. It seems pretty rough for them, but you know, maybe they just trust in Firebad at the moment. Maybe he said, "I'm the Reno Mage expert. Allow me to bring us to victory."
I am curious what's causing just the pure silence here.
Maybe Tides of Time was a crucial part of their communication process.
It definitely could be. It could be that some of the early stages of Reno Mage can be a bit autonomous as well. And in this particular matchup, you're at a heavy disadvantage. So maybe they just don't feel the need to really discuss it that much. They have pre-planned out their strategy. I know Firebat was practicing a ton in the previous weeks to get ready for this. And last week, I actually saw him and Tide streaming some of their practice together.
And now all that practice is kind of out the window. Tad's not here. We'll have to see.
It's a third of your manpower gone.
Maybe even more, depending on how much manpower, how much percentage of manpower Tad's brought to the table.
That's true as well. I didn't consider the distribution.
The distribution of manpower.
It's kind of an awkward turn here for G2 because even if the Doomsayer gets cleared, it's denying a Jade Behemoth, which I believe is the whole point of this, is to keep the board more stable and then roll into an Azure Drake turn or potentially a Kazakus turn. Either way, G2 does not have a fantastic setup here.
Yeah, I mean, a couple power plays. Emperor Thorsen is also another power play on 6. But let's go ahead and listen into G2 and see how they're going to tackle this Doomsayer.
Anyway, if we
My
don't want
question
to
is,
ref for 3, right?
I mean, if you're up for 3, you don't need to swipe. So like, if you value the draw over the swipe, then just draw for 1 and swipe.
I really want to swipe this. I'm just curious if we want to cycle the ref.
we also, okay. Cycle the Brass, but we can also shapeshift and then we also get 1 armor. So it's not only cycle, but it's also 1 armor. No, I think you can basically, we also have everything, right? So you can also swipe it, I guess. Yeah, you can just swipe it.
I want to swipe it, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, swipe is for sure, but shapeshift is better because we also really bonus armor. I don't know.
Might be handy to have the ref. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, board state is the same, but we just have 1 more armor, and they have 2 more damage, so it's fine.
see the point of playing Curve here with War.
No.
And I want to play Aya here.
Yeah. We could, or can we play Surison? No, it doesn't make sense, right?
No, we don't get the discount we want.
No, I like Aya too. She's also super mighty.
Girl's best friend.
But are they ever gonna polymorph that here? Probably. I don't know. Oh, they
have it, yeah.
What are they gonna do here?
They need to have polymorph.
Coin,
They are
Solia.
They are completely behind. They are playing with 6 mana, we are playing with 8. So we play with 2 more mana. Fortunately, our Jade dudes are also 2 bigger than they should be, so we are basically having a 4 mana advantage every turn. Solia is not even an issue.
The only way we lose is Alexstrasza into Burst, right?
We have to be a little careful maybe with like MC tech. That can be tricky.
Do they
But
even
then-
play MC?
Super mighty.
It is.
Aya is super mighty. I will agree with Life Coach.
Now, I don't agree with Aya. I don't think golems are a girl's best friend. I know a lot of them would much rather have, I don't know, diamonds. Been a classic in the mainstay jewelry market, but he's definitely right about being far ahead. And for Cloud9, the lack of communication, it's starting to worry me.
Yeah. What has happened to Stripe Grow?
I don't know. Like this is incredibly uncharacteristic of both of these players. They usually have loads to say about the game. And that coin was now wasted. Oh, no, never mind. He's arcane blasting. Okay, I was like, what on earth is this?
First I thought he was going for a Solia play, but then,
That just wouldn't make sense.
yeah.
That mug is no longer happy.
No, he turned it around. When he's sad, he turns it around. If only it had a sad
I mean,
face
how
on the
does
backside.
G2 lose this game?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to lose this game. I mean, look, Life Coach said it. We're working with 8 mana. They're working with 6 mana. Effectively, our minions are automatically 3 sizes bigger than their minions. The Jade Behemoth will summon a 5/5. They have a Jade Idol in hand, too. They might even think about cycling Jade Idols already in this game.
Yeah. Also, the play from Cloud9 last turn, I think, is giving G2 the information that Flame Strike isn't there. And you see them thumbing the Jade Idol right now. They're eyeing Jade Behemoth Jade Idol to just put the massive amount of pressure on board.
They did say MC Tech was something they wanted to play around.
Yeah, so that would indicate Ancient of War and Jade Idol instead.
Time waits for no one.
Unless they shuffle.
Oh, they're not doing
Yeah.
that. That's ridiculous.
Do the Jade shuffle. Yeah, tough board already for Cloud9 to deal with.
And it's not going to get easier.
Wait, the Reno Jackson isn't active.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's green.
Is that a spectator thing?
I don't know. I mean, it could be, but
Weird.
what would they have a 2 of in their deck? They haven't played a Forgotten Torch yet. They just drew it. They haven't shuffled anything in their deck.
It's not. I mean, usually when it's active, it's got the yellow glow around it.
Yeah, and usually when it's not active, it means you picked up like
The Ink Master's active. That would explain some of the Ink Master. He's just playing an Archmage. Let's listen to Cloud9.
I wonder.
Or to play around MC Tech. If you
No,
want.
I don't like Emperor here. We want
No.
Emperor with Gadget Sand, with Wild Growth, and discards.
Yeah. You can just rustle for 3, trade the 1 and
Do we trade the 4/4 in?
yeah.
We trade the 4/4 in, right?
Yeah, the 4/4. It's also more damage on the face.
Yeah, I really want to play the Jade Bearmouth.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. It's also setting a piece.
Emperor. Yeah,
Now
Emperor.
they-
What cards do we want with the Emperor? Like, of course, you can play it early in the game or you innovate it out, but otherwise, you want discount on Jade Idols, Wild Growths, the cheaper cards, right?
No, it's about setting up the lethal. We need to set up the lethal. Now they probably Blizzard.
They played
This thing would be dangerous.
played already.
Yeah, now they played them Sayer.
They are like, where does this Emperor come from?
Yeah, it's insane.
Ooh. Do we play that?
Yeah.
Right?
You could not play to like hold information, but
Nah.
it's definitely the
No,
stronger play.
Just play him, yeah.
I mean, we beat him anyway, so he's
I
like.
want to play the freaking golden rack here, man.
So there's no way we're winning this game. Kazakis, what do you know?
At last, a worthy disciple.
We need to get armor game.
You need to get sheep and armor, right? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Have a chance. Cards do nothing, right? Anything on this board doesn't matter anymore, right? It's like we're gonna lose the block anyways and lose the board. Yeah.
Hopefully they don't have enough burst.
Yeah, and then sheep armor, then I don't know from there, but Reno, and then we can.
We should have killed the 3/6, so there's one less sheep. That's a mistake.
Is it? Okay, I see.
The draw here.
Yeah, let's do.
Draw 3 cards. We probably don't play anything, I guess. Wild Growth.
Yeah, do the Wild Cross, but don't draw the card.
Yeah, you can play the first part only. And just proc them at 1 and maybe kill Kazakus.
You don't want to get the card, you just want to...
Why? Doesn't make sense. So you can just shapeshift.
Yeah. But you want it because of gadgets then, or...
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the reason, right?
Yeah, you can just.
It has upswing if we draw gadgets because we don't need a draw right now, that's the thing.
So we deal the 6 here. Do we want to proc him at 1 and trade the 5 here in like?
I would trade the 5/10.
Oh, like this.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
No one.
Yeah, whatever. Why not? I mean,
I'm a little scared of it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
so if
Yeah,
they
it doesn't matter.
but it's about single. It's a yeah.
Nah, it's about like I was thinking a little bit around the AoE potion that deals 6 to the AoE, but it still survives. So.
Yeah, but then they die if they use that potion.
Yeah, but yeah.
G2's still trying to think through all the steps. And Cloud9, even though they're able to stay alive for at least this turn, still just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough.
What to do?
Yeah, the swipe being down does give Cloud9 a little bit more hope on sustaining. The problem is just going to be the Jade buildup. I'm not really seeing a way for them to handle it. And Jades are already at 7/7 on the next one, and G2 is able to make 2 of them next turn. So you're looking at 15 power being added to the board just in Jade Golems alone.
Potentially even just go for a kill. They'll have 5 damage on board.
Yeah, so one of the swipes is gone.
So Feral Rage would be the out here.
Yeah.
But Cloud9 doesn't really have a choice. They sort of have to go for this play. It's the only way they stay alive.
Yep.
Time runs out on me.
Which sheep do they hate?
The 2 golden ones.
Oh, there's something to consider. With the extra minions on board, they actually can't make multiple Jade Golems this turn. There's Feral Rage, and that'll be enough damage to close out the game. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely like a stomp matchup, usually from the Jade Druid side. But Cloud9 was close to finding a way to stay alive for a couple turns, maybe find Alexstrasza and get out of the game. But no dice. G2 ties it up.
We did learn something there from the Reno Mage from Cloud9, even though it won't matter since the deck is eliminated. But they do run 2 of a Frostbolt. And you can tell on, the Reno, we were talking about it, it wasn't golden until they draw the Frostbolt. And that one turn, they went to play Master Solia, Firebat, realized that it wasn't golden, and then quickly tried to come up with a different plan. I mean, maybe they just didn't realize it. Maybe it wasn't intentional. Who knows?
And that's something to be said about the deck building process. If you forget that you added a duplicate copy of a card into your build, you need to be very aware of that. Back in the Reno Warrior days, when people actually used to play that deck, you had Deathbite in there. And Deathbite was such a crucial card to beating so many matchups. You played 2 Deathbites. In this instance, they're playing 2 Frostbolts. It's worth it.
Yeah. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to bring it back, but they won't be playing the Reno Mage anymore. We're going to go to a quick break, guys, but don't go anywhere. More Hearthstone Trinity Series right after this.
Who's that pro?
Yeah, we have burst combos, dude. We're just assembling our Emperor discounted Timberwolf charge burst combos. This is it's easy. It's 1-2. We set up the pressure, make him waste resources, then burst damage.
It's Firebat.
Yeah, we have burst combos, dude. We're just assembling our Emperor discounted Timberwolf charge burst combos. This is it's easy. It's 1-2. We set up the pressure, make him waste resources, then burst damage.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Trinity Series presented by ESL and Twitch. About to jump to game number 3 of the series between Cloud9 and G2. Funny thing, Admirable. Firebat said more words in that Who's That Pro segment than he has in this whole series so far on that communication.
And missing Tides of Time is part of that. He was unable to make the match, and so StrifeCrow and Firebat each having to play an additional deck and work with a man down. Can the two of them, missing that third teammate, take on what many consider the favorite in this whole event?
Yeah, it's going to be a tall task, and we'll see if they can do it. The Reno Mage has been eliminated, so we'll see what they throw out to counter this Druid. And, of course, it's got to be the Shaman. Cloud9 has had Shaman left up for 2 weeks in a row now. They weren't able to capitalize on it last week. We'll see if they're able to do it this week. Pretty much unanimously among pros, Hearthstone community is the strongest class currently in Hearthstone.
Yeah, I don't think there's much question about it either, but despite that, G2 continues to leave up Shaman for their opponents as well. And that is certainly an interesting statement because the deck, even in the face of some counter builds, is so strong that it pushes through anyway. And the Finley added to Cloud9's hand early on, that's a big one because if Finley draws Life Tap or Steady Shot, that is a lot of extra damage they're pulling. And as a result, Firebat's got a decision to make here on turn 1.
Yeah, there also is, merit to going with the South Sea deckhand because it's the most damage efficient, but they have Jade Claws in hand.
Wow. Well, that's an option.
When it rains, it pours. Good hero powers.
Yeah, Life Tap tends to be a little bit better in this matchup since you find yourself having to push through taunt minions, and that oftentimes leads you to need value. Plus, the average draw of damage inside the Shaman build is often worth about 2 damage. I think it's a little bit less if you're doing actual direct damage, but the minions they get on board, Druid doesn't deal with the wide board position very well. So being able to overwhelm your opponent just with a lot of small minions is a way to effectively buy that damage.
Well, looks like G2's plan is to go Wild Growth into Wild Growth, perhaps a hero power. depending on how much pressure there goes. But I mean, that curve is pretty nuts for Cloud9. They're going to be able to land the Flame Wreath Faceless on 4, and Druids just don't deal with that well.
Well, if G2 does not draw a card that costs 5 or less, their next play is Hero Power, and that'll kill them.
They'll be dead.
Yeah, because the big boy's coming.
Big boy followed by his wolves. The scariest curve in all of Hearthstone. Flame Wreath Faceless into Feral Spirits.
Oh my, Swipe would be a mighty nice draw.
Let's see. Wrath, not too bad.
Yeah, anything to just start taking care of board pressure is really important. And with their hand in the shape it is, I imagine that Wrath for 1 is on the table. But this is clever. So they don't take care of the Finley because they have the taunts coming down in the way. So they get to just Wrath for 1 and simply buy themselves an extra point of life. Smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 1 damage. So it adds up over a long period of time, but they're not too worried about it.
Yeah, like how much does the health on Finley really matter? So let's listen to Cloud9 and see what they're feeling now that they've landed Flame Wreath Faceless.
Of course. That's what I said.
That's
Nice. Then you have a really good follow-up.
Rip 7-7.
This is really good, because you just go war, and then if you get like an Innervate, you can just play 2 6 drops.
Var is... Probably War.
They
I
don't
don't
have.
think they have Flame Totem, right? They've all already...
I mean,
Is it just Var idle, or...
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But the idol is only 1/1, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
But
isn't it like super greedy to think of a Gadgeous and play here? Like we're gonna slam probably...
No, we will never get Gretchen, but I'm curious when it's probably War and Idol. I like it too.
We can also pick up like a Swipe or a Ref soon and then...
Yeah, it should be Hands in War and Idol. Sure.
This War is sick here though.
Yeah, it's only bad against Flame Tongue. Against anything else is fine.
Yeah.
Time waits for no one.
Oh, Jade Blossom. Oh, wait. Yeah, Jade Blossom and Behemoth, right?
Yeah. Always.
Has to be.
I mean, we cannot think of gadgets and turns yet. Let's first...
No. Forget about gadgets.
We can always drop the Emperor. Oh, and still...
The only time you play Gaji is if you draw Innervate. You can just go Gaji Innervate, and then see what
Love.
happens.
I think that's perfectly fine. They might even trade the Wolf now. Which is good for...
Why won't they ever trade? Is it any worth trading?
No, they should not. No, they should not, but maybe they do. They should definitely not trade, of course, but maybe they do. They already played with the Priest so passive, so I don't know.
All right, well, Cloud9's communication still non-existent.
It's kind of funny at this point.
Just like, let's hear their thoughts.
Yeah, I am. I think I am in agreement with Life Coach as well on the trade. There's not really any benefit to it. It's a clean hero power for G2 anyway, and their hand is likely to be stacked with 6 and 7 cost cards here. Yeah, maybe in the face of Wrath, it hurts, but you've seen a Wrath. I think the damage is really important, but for value in card economy, now that Aya's down, I'm not sure it's coming back.
Well, we'll see. Cloud9 has an Eye of their own. They also have a War Golem to follow it up. They're a Jade behind though is the thing, but they can go a little bit wider. They do have life tap to find some additional resources, and the burst is still there. G2 is still playing off the top.
That's a very important pickup.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, they're limited in number of attacks here, and they're at 14 life.
Yes. Imagine they're at 12 instead. That feral wolf, that feral spirit attack. I'm curious how this will end up panning out at the end of the day. Let's listen to G2 and hear how they want to sort out their attacks.
Golem and kill the 3-3, right?
Okay, the 4-4 always goes in the 3-4. This is what always happens. The 4-4
Depends.
on what?
We want to kill Aya, right? Or our own Aya.
Yeah, but you can also still send it in this 3-3. What I'm saying is the 4-4
okay.
always.
Okay, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I was just thinking of this and trading the 4-4 in the 3-3.
It's the same thing, guys.
Trade the 4-4 in the 3-4, and then we can consider whether we really want to kill our own Aya, because I'm not sure whether we should.
We are at 10. I mean, yes, 8, 10 on board. We always try.
Okay, try and do it.
Like, what would be a reason not to do it?
If we really think we need to kill him next turn, that will be a reason, but we even...
But it's more damage. It's more...
No, it's more damage, but the reason could be that we get more value if we keep Aya at 5-1.
Value when we are at this HP.
No, it's not the value game. That's why I'm saying this is better. Yeah, sure. I was just considering.
The card they have is the Mulch Minion, so okay, we're playing the full value game now.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, but we call it dive. I mean, we just dive to everything there. We do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that has to be good. That has to be good.
Okay, wait.
30.
It's not lethal.
Oh, no.
No, it's not.
But it's good though.
Very good. Yeah. So let's see. You want
the 4-4, right?
Okay, we can either swipe the 4-4, then we have to trade the 1, and we have to trade the 5-5. If you swipe the 7-7, we have to trade the 2-3. No. What?
Now the difference is that we can trade attack with 6 in HP, 6 in the face if we swipe the 4-4.
Yeah. Otherwise, we have to value trade the 4-4.
So we swipe the 4-4, right? Because then we just trade 2 minions away, but that means a lot of face damage.
I'm gonna cross the andere. The other line is zack, 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 zack.
You have to make 3 trades.
Yeah, okay. Do the 5-4-4. Swipe on 4-4.
I like it more.
Yeah, it's fine. Because we are so on board, it's fine.
And this we trade, right?
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Huge couple pickups there for G2. Effectively saving the game.
War Golems says the game's... Oh, geez. That'll do it.
Yeah, Feral Rage coming right on time, and G2 goes into an unfavorable matchup and takes a win. Druid versus Shaman, and Shaman once again for Cloud9 left up 2 weeks in a row, cut short 2 weeks in a row.
And that is a really huge matchup to win for G2. I mean, that is an incredibly unfavored matchup. They open up with 2 Wild Growths and are able to stabilize the board thanks to an Ancient of War that doesn't run into a Flame Tongue Totem. If Cloud9 drew a Flame Tongue Totem there, that game was over at that stage. But instead, he was forced to Jade Lightning it, trade in minions, use 5 of life total, and pushed a lot less damage that game. And then there was no burst to follow it up. Never drew lava bursts. Never really got minions rolling after that. It was just taunt after taunt.
It looked like they might have had enough gas at the end, but a couple back-to-back draws from G2 cut their life short. So G2 now will continue on this Druid. 2 wins so far. Druid hasn't had too much success in the first couple weeks of the Trinity Series, but it has been able to sneak in some wins against unsuspecting decks, including now against Shaman. So taking a look at Cloud9, they're going to have to decide what they want to combat this Druid with. They have their own Druid, they have Warlock, they have Priest, and they have Paladin.
And mind you, Tides of Time is not here at the moment, so they're working down a Mind, and Firebat and Strifecrow are going to have to pilot that additional deck. Did they have time to prepare as the lead player to play 3 decks this week and be making that tiebreaker decision? I mean, think about how much harder it is to vote on your decisions when there's 2 of you instead of 3.
You don't have the tiebreaker. What if you both disagree?
Exactly. I mean, the pilot's a tiebreaker at that point.
All right, well, we'll have to see what Cloud9 is going to queue up for the next match to counter the Druid. I can imagine it's not mirror matchup. I can imagine it's probably not the Paladin.
I don't know. I think it is a mirror matchup.
Your best matchup is a mirror.
It could be playing the Kundruid as well.
That's true. That's
definitely a very favorable matchup.
Yeah.
In terms of a class mirror, anyway.
Sure.
It's pretty tough to find class mirrors that are really heavily one-sided.
Yeah, but Cloud9 definitely at a pretty large disadvantage now. Usually, how last year's standing works, if you win that first series or win that first match in the series, then you open up opportunities for you to basically counter every deck.
Yeah.
And Shaman, strongest deck right now, but it doesn't seem that way. Maybe in Trinity Series format, if it can get countered right away, and if it's losing unfavorables.
I mean, that's going to happen at times. That's really one of the biggest swings that happens in last year's standing is losing the unfavorable matchup as well, because you're relying on that win to start nudging the lineup in your favor.
Yeah.
And here it's backwards now, and I'm worried for Cloud9. The communication's missing. They're down a player. They just lost one of their best matchups, I think, across the board. This could sink really quickly. If they queue up
one more deck in a Druid and lose, then we're going to see a series on our hands like the last one between Alliance and Tempo Storm, where Alliance was just able to run away with the Reno Mage. Once they win a couple of those unfavorables, there's not enough decks left in the pool to try and come out and counter it. So this is definitely a huge game for Cloud9 for them to be able to come back in the series. And we're just waiting on players to finalize their deck selections, or Cloud9 to finalize their deck selections as we move forward. I think a player did have to step away, so we should be jumping into the next game in just a moment. I really like to see Cloud9, because Cloud9 is also sort of lower end of the standings to try and innovate a little bit more. They brought the Hunter last week, but what do you have to lose?
Well, I mean, they did bring the double Frostbolt in the Arena Mage this week. And
we don't have word yet if that was intentional or unintentional.
Right. I honestly, I think it is intentional, because when you look at some of your matchups, Frostbolt is such a key card to that build that you're keeping it in almost every single matchup. And the odds that you don't draw your one of duplicate before you get to turns where your singleton cards need to be activated, it's like in the 2% range.
Yeah. Well, now you have a little bit more. You have Kazakus as well, which comes as early as turn 4, and they went with like the Ink Master, but we'll have to see. Maybe if they win, we'll ask them in their winner interview. But G2, Druid once again, and it's Cloud9 this time on the Paladin. Keep in mind, Cloud9 actually brought the heavy cycle version of Murloc Paladin in the first 2 weeks, but this time they have Barnes. There's just something to point out. But let's listen to G2 as they talk through these mulligans.
I think we keep the one or the other. We keep either Aya or we keep Thorson. Agreed?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. With the innovate, we want to innovate something around turn 3-4.
Okay, Aya is the best Jade enabler, but I can also see only keeping. So maybe if we go, I mean, you mind keeping all, or is it too slow?
No, I don't like that.
Okay, then you only keep Thorson. It's fine. Thorson.
I think we keep Aya.
Okay, we can.
Aya. I think we keep Aya. I don't think we need to.
I don't know. Like they can Aldor it.
Yeah, but get an Blossom or get an Wild.
Wait, no. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
We don't play it, right?
I think we don't play it. I just don't feel Emperor is like as nuts as Aya can be in this deck.
No, we don't need to.
Like it's Emperor is really nice for this deck, but.
No, I see. We don't need the Uber tempo. I can get behind that. Yeah.
The thing with Emperor is that even though we have a low hand, it's very likely he survives.
Just shape shift.
They have innervate. Maybe Jade Blossom.
Is it better to play War Leader over Wicker Flame? Because if he plays Jade Blossom, yeah, exactly. Like you can take it out and then save the Divine Shield, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if it's better not to play anything at all.
finally some life shown from Cloud9 a little bit there. Small discussion, but discussion nonetheless.
Yeah, Firebat once again pinpoint on reads here as well as Innervate in hand. Maybe Jade Blossom.
Yeah, well,
it's both.
If you keep 2 cards and don't play anything on turn 2, it's usually other ramp effects.
G2, a lot of deliberation over the mulligan as well. Which one's more powerful, the Aya or the Emperor? And they were split on that decision. And Life Coach's point was if they turn 4 innervate the Emperor Thaurissan, that means they can turn 5 just naturally play the Aya. And it's looking like Aya is the play here, which means that Jade Blossom is stranded in hand for a bit.
Job done.
Very strong, though. However, the True Silver Champion in hand, we'll cut into this a bit.
Yeah, I kind of would have just liked to see Jade Blossom there and then roll into the Eye to make that slightly stronger, a little bit more awkward to deal with. But trying to get by that Innervate immediately, but the Jades are just going to get cut down. Yeah. I guess this accelerates their Jades as fast as, you know, as is reasonable for them.
Yeah, you heard Life Coach say it's the best Jade enabler, and that's definitely true. However, if that would have been Emperor Thaurissan, you would have been looking at Aya this turn in the same face of this. So not much of a difference if they had kept one way or the other. The difference here is that they don't get the discounts, they do have the extra Jade buffs. And I think the Jade buffs are likely more important in the long term simply because G2, for all intents and purposes, is the aggressor in this matchup. If they try to set up a big wall, Cloud9 can get a big board clear and then continue to set up before anything can happen. So they need to get the ball rolling.
Oh, now the options are Jade Blossom, Hero Power, or I guess Azure Drake. Everything dies to True Silver, but let's get their thoughts on the matter.
5 mana, they usually they have no drops besides the 2 for Murloc, but this Murloc's wrecks us pretty hard.
For no one.
It's always Jade Blossom. The question is Blood Mage ever? No, probably Blood Mage is never, right?
No, it's either Wrath or Shapeshift.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Yeah, I would Wrath this.
I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I just want to get Jade cards.
Yeah. 100%.
And if you don't play
Think I like Barnes more?
I don't.
Okay.
They just use their second red.
I guess so, yeah, that's really smart.
This is more annoying.
Telnos?
Yeah, let's do.
It's okay. I mean, at the end, it's a little.
It was very difficult because we never want to Wrath for full anyways. We never want to Wrath for full. And we also don't want to draw something else than the Drake because we don't necessarily want to play the Dragon.
A tale of terrible tragedy. Follow the rules.
Okay, that's a blank.
Let's get a swipes not.
Reporting for duty.
Well, Cloud9 starting to mount some pressure here.
It's an interesting draw as well. I mean, unlocking the extra mana crystals from the Nourish, not the biggest deal. We'll open up a Wild Growth if they want it. We'll force Innervate if that's going to be the case, though. But I'm guessing Innervate's not too valuable in this hand. It's G2 just felt like they got in a tough spot early on and a little bit of frustration. Cloud9 continuing to play very straightforward and low-key communication.
Yeah, they're just pretty much just curving out.
That's very much part of the Firebat style. Play your best card.
Yeah, 4 cards.
It's so weird because he's one of the only players who just almost constantly just plays the best card in their hand. And it's hard to continue playing the best card in your hand when it backfires so many times in a row. But he's just continued to do it for a long time, and it's strong.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Best cards are your best cards for a reason.
Time waits for no one.
Well, now they have the option of Wild Growth to cycle Jade Idol, and then Wild Growth to cycle Fandral on the board. Jade Idol is going to put Jade Idols in their deck, which means that all of their draws from this point on are going to be diluted by a potential Jade Idol draw. Now, whether or not they want that to happen is up to them. They're at a point where their Jades are ramped enough to where a Jade Idol draw isn't necessarily going to be a bad thing.
It's 1 mana 5/5 right now.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, the turns for Cloud9 not looking spectacular either.
Now they have defensive cards, but right now they sort of want to be on the aggressive path.
Yeah, they didn't see a Wrath from the Fandral, so I'm actually curious if that's a priority minion at the moment, or if they feel they need to push damage.
I mean, Jade Idol with Fandral at this stage is still kind of scary because all of a sudden you run into another Fandral Jade Idol, and then they nourish and draw 3 more Jade Idols and just jam out 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8.
I think they're just looking to close, honestly, if that's the case. Ooh. Solemn Vigil does open up some interesting possibilities this turn, so I think that'll mostly change the game plan.
Yeah, they can trade off 4 minions here and still get the card draw. But let's listen into G2 once again to get their game plan.
Oh no, it's this. Okay.
Okay, we can take it over, guys, to board. Let's go.
Wait a
Value
second.
trade Barnes.
Yeah, I like value trade Barnes and I like Emperor and something. I don't want the Jade Behemoth because we overcommit if we do the Jade Behemoth.
We
Yeah, I don't like the
overcommit if we
Behemoth
if we overcommit if we play Jade or Behemoth with another Jade card, right? But if we play Emperor with a Jade card, it's fine.
Yeah, do the Jade first, do the Sorcerer first, and now into this and then Sorcerer. And I think it's okay to play the cat. Yeah, let's play the cat. That's perfect. And then we can reload next turn.
Yeah, I really wanna. I like the cat more.
Yeah, because we also force out board clear. It's also their turn 8, so they might also do something else. Which means with the play we chose, we basically block their something else. Yeah, that's what we.
Yeah, there's
block.
no way they can Tyrion now.
Yeah, and we don't play around. That's the thing, right? So we need to play the cat so then they cannot play Tyrion or that they cannot play Light Lord. So that they have to board clear because we have now an overlay of roughly 12 on the board, and with an overlay of 12, we basically block their power 8 drop. But at the same time, if we force out the clear now, then we can basically reload and we never play around the second clear.
But this is not overextending at all. I feel like it's
not at all. Not at all.
But it's perfect. It's perfect though. Like it's perfect.
How would you reload though? Would you reload with Ragnarok's Jade Blossom or would you reload with
Depends
Jade
how he clears it. We really he doesn't clear.
Oh wow, okay.
They might not have equality or Pyro Conk.
Yeah, they might not.
Oh my god, they're so fishing. What? Oh wait, they played already 3 Murlocs, but one Google only.
Yeah. Maybe they're baiting. Maybe they're baiting.
Do we play back here?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to double trade this board, I think.
Do you trade the 4-1 into the 4-4?
Yeah, this one always that draws them a card.
So let's do this. Really good. And you wreck because then we can refill insanely. So we wreck now.
And then we do this trade or not?
This I'm not sure, but I think yes, yeah.
We should do it, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay to do it, yeah. Because we also say 4 life if they have it. So.
Yeah, and the wreck goes face. I mean, the wreck also makes.
Yeah, they also have to clear because they cannot shrink the wreck, right? So it's actually really good for us, yeah.
14. Yeah, it's not in combo range or anything.
If we die to double swipe Feral Rage, so be it.
No, can't do that. Oh well, that's actually good to get, because we're probably gonna have warriors left over, So we can play on turn 11.
Cloud9 gets a board clear, but G2 is already talking about the reload.
Yes, and the discussion from Life Coach explaining how these interactions are working and the purpose behind each one of these plays is is really interesting to listen to. He's planning out every single turn, and when all the resources collide, he wants to come out with the last card of it. The one thing that you see from Cloud9, though, is that they decided to push with the Ivory Knight, which I actually think is kind of a brilliant play, because their out to win is very much so landing a game-winning anyfin. And I believe that's the 4th Murloc at this point. So if they get past this turn okay, they might actually win this game.
It's going to be tough. They still need the second anything can happen, and they need to get through this turn, which might be tough.
Not necessarily. Like, say G2 doesn't mulch this Doomsayer, how do they deal with the anyfin?
Oh, that's true.
Game over.
Yeah, that's true.
So this mulch is necessary. Even on an empty board Doomsayer, they're mulching so that they can hit development. So now Cloud9 is on a draw for another board clear. So that would be a Wild Pyromancer or a second Consecration at this point. If they can pick up that, they're going to be poised to win this game, but it needs to be now.
Let's see. Forbidden Healing.
Now, that's also an interesting one. So
26 damage, 27 with hero power. But let's go ahead and listen into Cloud9 and see what they're planning for this turn.
8 plus 9 plus 2. It's 19 damage on board.
Let me think.
So we do that, and then Forbidden.
Is it worth to Acolyte before Forbidden Healing? Because you really need, like, ultimately it's just a stall tactic, and it doubles your chance to top deck.
Follow the rules.
Let's see, you'll heal for
We only
8.
gain 8, so we're at 22 against 20 damage. So we die to a lot of things. So I don't like it. I think we just have to heal and hope we hit it next turn.
Yeah.
Because we need health afterwards too, not to just get hero powered to death.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we win the fishing tournament.
Yeah. There's a Jouster too. Oh.
Yeah, everything to the face.
Is it everything to the face?
Yeah,
What
you
do
don't trade Aldor.
You don't trade anything. You even have Torn.
Now we need to think if we want the war or not.
Yeah, this is exactly the thing. That's the only thing we might consider.
That goes for face dice, you never trade it. Why would you trade it?
Water always goes face, yeah. And now we can think about the Ancient of War. And to be honest, okay, let's see. If we shapeshift them to 8 and they have clear, it's only about the clear, right? Do we then ever come back? I still don't see.
You can also still top deck then, like we have double swipe in the deck, like then we just swipe Feral Rage to win.
They didn't have the clear before. Seriously, I would just play the Ancient.
I will play the war, I think.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
10-5 or 5-10? I think of 10-5.
5-10.
Just go 5-10, like you don't need
No balls, bro! You don't like the 10-5 here?
They already Aldor. If they had 2 Aldors, they would probably double Aldor.
It doesn't
just
really matter.
You just wanted to show off.
It's just the balls, man, that you have if you up.
Yeah, the balls. It's just about them drawing the equality or not. And it's actually only 8% that they draw equality.
Yeah, but
if
we
they
also
don't
have
draw-
like double swipes left. We can even just out-lethal them.
Yeah, that's...
Well,
Is this the
we're just dead, man.
Yeah. I don't think there was a way to try this turn.
There wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
The victory
No.
is
Yeah! That's sick. That's sick, man. J-Truth. Bomb.
But they wanted to top deck us.
Value, Tash. Again, the value. Look at this crap.
No, you're correct there. No, the value was never the thing. It's the draw, I feel like.
Another big win for G2. That J-Druid is doing some work.
Yes, Firebat and Strifecode needed a very critical draw towards the end there. If they landed a board clear with either the second Consecration pickup or one of the 2 Wild Pyromancer draws, they looked like they were going to win that game. However, they didn't draw it. And when they didn't draw it, that is pretty much lights out. Just pressure the whole way for G2, and eventually your opponent's going to misstep.
Yeah, so it's going to be G2 once again with that J-Druid. We're going to see if they can continue their dominance and move to a 3-0 score. We're going to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys. More Trinity Series right after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Trinity Series. That's Spot the Lethal, brought to you by ESL, Twitch, and Michael Bay. My name's TJ, joined by That's Admirable, and we're about to jump into the remainder of the series for Cloud9 and G2. And a big story here is G2, 2-0 coming in this week, looking strong, communication great. Cloud9, 0-2 coming in this week, no Tides of Time this week, and their communication's been looking weak.
Yeah,
real
G2,
weak.
I mean, they've just off to such an explosive start in the Trinity Series here. 2-0 and now 3-1 in the set. And in the first 3 games, it was Firebat on the pilot all 3 times. Or I'm sorry, the first 4 games, rather. And now that his 3 decks are gone, are we going to be seeing a difference in communication here? Is StrifeCro going to take the reins and run with it? Or is Firebat going to be giving his input? Is he going to be driving StrifeCro to be playing his best at this point? Because it's seriously lacking.
Yeah, now they're starting to run out of, decks that have those favorable matchups against Jade Druid. Once in last year standing, if you get in these long series,
Must be preserved.
they feel like, as you mentioned earlier, their best matchup going into this one is a mirror matchup, and it is Jade versus Jade. So we'll see how this one's going to play out, but it's basically who can ramp their Jades the fastest.
I always like watching StrifeCro play. His facial expressions, the way his eyes move.
The way his hair swoops up to the left.
Definitely is an interesting swoosh in the hair.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say swoop or did you say swoosh?
I said swoop, but both work. Actually, no, they're completely different.
I think it's more of a swoosh.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
It's a swoosh look to me.
But we got ramp and Jades for G2, and just ramp for Cloud9. I like G2's curve.
I like both the curves.
Let's go ahead and listen to G2 and get their final thoughts on their mulligans.
Play, but on the coin it's like pretty bad.
My experience in this match was so much about just getting all these. Oh my god, what is this for hand?
Okay.
God, this is not good.
I mean, how do they kill it if they don't have mulch? They need mulch.
Nothing, and then we Wild Cross.
Then
right.
we played, right?
What? You want to play Wild Cross or what? Oh yeah, we can also play. Yeah, okay, wait. So if you do nothing, suck, then we have the coin. And if you do coin Wild Cross, then yeah, we probably play it. Yeah, it's fine. In the worst case,
play Wild Cross?
yeah, we play Wild Cross because in the worst case, if you don't draw anything, if you completely...
The thing is that we can top deck like a 5-drop. That is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, we can get 5-drop, we can get 3-drop, and in the worst case, we trade coin against Shapeshift. That's the worst case. So let's do coin Wild Cross. I like it. We have so many 3-drops.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Don't you just want to take it slower and go Wild Cross on 2 and then like maybe Rag on 3?
You cannot
Keep
play
the
Rag.
coin?
We can always play Rag on 3. What are you talking about? We can always play Rag on
We
3.
lose a coin a little. I
We
mean,
lose a coin, it might be important.
Better. It's definitely better coin Wild Cross. We can draw 5-drop, we can Shapeshift. In the very worst case, we can draw Blossom. Please play coin Wild Cross, please. It's so good. It's definitely better. Yeah. In the worst case, we trade coin against Shapeshift.
But
in
if
the
it is a 5-drop, like if we can pick a 5-drop here, we always play it, right? We are not like committing to this plan.
No, we play the 5-drop then, yeah. So now you can go 5.
Do we always play the 5-drop? Like, can't we go like
I think we.
turn 4 Raggy to turn 5 play? Okay.
I think.
Are you sure you want to play it? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Like, we can Rag next turn into Azure, right? Don't you like that more?
No, I don't like it more. You can now utilize 5 mana. Like you can now utilize the 3 mana, and the 3 mana you cannot utilize otherwise. It's also a threat on the board. We can also draw something else, right?
But you delay the Rag a lot.
It's close. Like you can go turn 4 Rag into turn 5 as a like the Innervate as a Drake more. Yeah.
I don't even like the Rag too much. They will mulch it, and it also will not have priority targets or like. Innervate Drake gives us 3 mana advantage now, and I don't think that the Rag will regain the 5 mana advantage. The 3 mana, sorry, the 3 mana.
I really want Innervate as a Drake because we have 2 draws to either find a 4-drop or a 6-drop because we have Innervate.
Yep.
I really wanna.
So I am fully in agreement with Life Coach here, and I think that the statement can be summed up by a quote from a very bright young man who made it to the World Championships only to be bested by Pavel. It was, you don't just play with the cards in your hand, you play with the cards in your deck.
Young Savage.
Young Savage Amnesiac. And that's exactly what Life Coach was just doing. We pick up a 5-drop, we can utilize that mana.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we couldn't. On the Cloud9 side,
it's no different.
No, I mean, I guess they just have faith in each other. Firebat's like, I'll pilot my decks. You pilot your decks. If we see you about to do something stupid, we'll stop you.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But other than that, to each his own.
Yeah, but now the double mulch being drawn for Cloud9. And they had a great start with the double ramp, but the mulches are starting to water down this hand, and so it is nourished for cards. And I think they're looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of Wrath.
Double mulch.
Wrath next turn would have given them Azure Drake and Wrath to fight off the opposing Azure Drake, but they're starting to fall behind in tempo. And when Druid falls behind in tempo, they fall way far behind when the cards are matched. It's very difficult for them to make a come-from-behind maneuver.
Yeah, they're going to need a swing turn, and that swing turn is going to have to be on the back of setting up a swipe.
Oh, mama. Well,
yeah.
That's a pretty good innervate choice.
Yeah, but there's merit. There's merit to they saw the swipe setup, so maybe they nourish for cards and then slam Emperor on an empty board next turn.
Well, I think I would disagree with that simply because if the swipe setup here gets disrupted, you're in really good shape. So if they play the Emperor Thaurissan, it means that the Azure Drake would live through a Blood Mage swipe turn or an Azure Drake Blood Mage swipe turn. So you get to contest the board in some way. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm in favor of playing the Emperor Thaurissan now and pressing the issue. If there isn't a strong swipe from Cloud9, you're almost certainly running away with the game.
Yeah. Maybe it was all a bluff. Maybe they don't have swipe at all. Maybe they just want you to think they have swipe.
It was a really weird play, and I am a bit concerned that they want to nourish here to some degree. Let's listen to G2 and hear what they're debating.
We also get spell power, reactive, and so on. So, oh, sick.
I so good in this match.
Yeah, very good, very good. Just face, yeah. And if they now swipe in order to gain the board deck, then we completely wreck them. If they don't swipe, we swipe.
Telnos swipe will not hurt too much. Azure Drake innervate swipe might be.
Even though we made that swipe setup.
Yeah. He wants to play Aya or Emperor. So.
Is Jade counter is at 1 still, right?
2/2s come out next.
What to do?
It's either Fangirath or Drakerath.
I think I like Fanderath more.
Okay.
Behold, the highway to the wireland.
It cycles it. It's not that. Oh, interesting.
Next turn you have Drake swipe too.
Yeah. Not next turn, but I have Drake's. Well, now I do have next turn. I wanted to save Drake swipe, especially since their Jade counter is at 2, so it's gonna be really good.
Also on the wreck shot.
If we miss the rock, then it's pretty bad.
How bad?
What to do?
I don't like Greg because then we are done if we are behind.
If they go like nourish mulch, they already nourished once though.
We leave it up. It's not a threat. It's not a threat.
No,
we
I don't. But
we leave
I don't
it up.
think it's bad either.
We leave it up. So the only question is, do we? We have 3 options: Innovate Ragnaros, Emperor, or Aya. These are the 3.
I don't like the reg too much, but maybe that it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, right?
No, innovate reg into Emperor. Is it
I like Emperor or Rag.
I like Innovate Rag. I like Innovate Rag very much.
Either Rag or Emperor. I don't think it's Aya.
I like Rag. I like Rag. Let's go.
Let's go Rag then. It's okay.
I also see that their life is also a little bit under threat, so if you hit the Rag, it's insane.
Yeah, Courage might get them a little. Yes!
Why?
Yeah, of course I do, bro.
Yes!
You can play everything.
I can go Brand, Jade Spirit, Innervate, Mulch.
Yeah. I like that line.
Mm-hmm.
It's the highest tempo, and then it sets up for Ezreal swipe next turn.
Yeah.
The best, because you have a bunch of little shitters that complement trading in with the swipe.
Looks good to me.
What secrets will uncover?
Oh, it's the
Ooh, that's dangerous.
it's annoying.
You could swipe Blossom.
Yeah, I see that too. I like Swipe Blossom.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Spellbreaker, but nah. It's...
No.
Swipe Blossom is the cleanest way to do it, and you force them to do something, then we have like Mulch plus 6 drop, and then we just control the board and win the game from there.
I really like Swipe Blossom. It's
Yeah,
really
like, and we swipe the brand, like always, yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Of course, it's like for...
Yeah, we even ramp, like, it's still relevant.
Yeah, it is, because we can go 6 plus 3.
We trade this, right?
Yeah, I always trade. They might be out of value, guys. They just might
If
be.
we can play Aya Mulch now, that's nah. They probably gonna drop 1 or 2 minions.
You really like that Aya.
Now it becomes really good, Aya.
Yeah, if they play Ancient of War, we play Aya and March, sure. What I'm telling you is that they might just run out of value. They just don't have enough value, maybe, and that might be good.
So they don't have the second Innervate.
Spellbreaker not too bad against that, maybe.
Not too good either. We don't have anything to combine Spellbreaker with at the moment.
If we have to mulch, we just mulch it, like.
Yeah.
Well, a lot more discussion from Cloud9 now. You can tell they're talking back and forth. Actually seems like a team through this game. Maybe they like, wow, we actually have a chance now. We're down 3-1, but
yeah, their
let's get
options
this rolling.
Options are definitely a little bit more open for them this game as well, in terms of how they want to approach it. Jade Idol gets picked up as well. And now the tempo is massively in favor of Cloud9, and another Jade Idol gets picked up. That's Azure Drake Swipe and Jade Idol with a second Mulch available, and G2's hand is heavy.
Yeah, that's not what you want to happen in the late game if you're behind on board as the Jade Druid player.
Yeah, that's what the whole game boils down to is swing turns. Whoever's getting the most effective swing turns comes out ahead in this one because your minions will generate value. So G2, you heard Life Coach saying maybe they're just out of value, and that's what he's hoping, that they just have big minions and they get to fight for board. But in this case, Cloud9 had another swing turn in the face of what they just came against G2, and it's looking grim.
Yeah, so now Mulch definitely has to be on the table for the Guided Land Auctioneer. And they got to get those Jades going, but they don't even have Jade cards in their hand.
Yeah, this is one of my fears of not playing the Emperor earlier was that you didn't get quite the same discounts. And if they had gotten all those discounts, sure, they would have had less cards to work with. But
the
that
discounts
extra
would have
Emperor
been on Rag.
That Thorson would have been a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It would have pulled a lot of heat from Cloud9.
And it's still dead in their hand.
It might have just still lived through the turn.
Yeah.
You know, if they have to swipe and hero power the Thorson instead of any development, it's bad news. And at this point, Aya is definitely the strongest way to try to attack.
It's only at a 3-3.
Wow.
Innervate picked up. So let's go ahead and listen to the Cloud9 and see how their communication is now.
If it's 3-3, it's a different story. If it's 2-2, it's Horizon. If it's 3-3, it's
Aya and develop, right?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
The Twilight guy is taunt, so the 1/4 taunt preventing Aya from attacking is huge. So I think you can trade in the 2/2 your hero power and play that guy in the Jade Idol, exploit the fact that they probably don't have swipe.
I like playing that second Azure Drake.
Then we have to utilize Innervate, and we lose combos for swipe. I say try and make this one stick and save swipe for the Azure Drake swipe next turn.
All right, that makes sense. Actually, yeah.
So you make 5/5, play 1/4 taunt, trade in the 2/2 hero power. We run one gadget in this list or two? I think we run
Gadget.
2. We run 2 gadget, yeah. This is good.
2 Drake swipe does 3 to everything. His Jade counter is at 4/4/5/5 next.
Well, I mean, it's aligning on the board actually, but then we don't have other drops, so I would probably rather.
I like Emperor Jade Spirit, or yeah, I don't like Emperor Spellbreak here.
Why don't you like the Spellbreaker that much?
You like it?
Just it's.
I feel like if we have Aya on the board and like we stack this, you want to trade with Ezra Drake or with the 5/5.
I would trade with AZ Drake if he silence. What are silence targets? Can we maybe start like this?
What is this?
War and Aya.
Yeah, okay, then play the Jade Spirit and Sorcerer. It's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah, we shouldn't die. It's hard to die.
Yeah, it's very hard to die.
Oh, it's close, man.
No, it's fine.
Close. It's really we don't die often. We die often, man. Swipe Feral Rage.
The 5/5 J Golem.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rat something, that's for sure. Yeah, Wrath kills the 5/5 Jade Golem, and we take one trade with the 4/4, and then we've cleared the board fully. We gotta clear the board because we're at 13.
Yeah, I mean that it would have been the same almost if it was for just with one as a Drake.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, we can kill them. they gonna trade this. Okay, now we have to think fast a little. No gadgets any play here, right?
No, never got kitchen. We always play the silence. We always play the Ras. Ras first.
Yeah, ref for one.
Yeah.
It's Baramot and Silence, or like it's really good actually if they value trade because we have swipe in hand.
I like it.
And it's a 6/6. I really want to Baramot.
I like it. And then we can next turn swipe into Ancient Foil. I really like it.
Yeah, the silence probably doesn't matter after he played all the spells.
No, it's fine.
It matters if he has swipe, but if they had swipe, it would be lethal. I mean, the last two.
It's gotta be an Aya Mulch turn.
I'm looking at Aya Mulch, yeah, and just double trade and trade into the everything. I'll have 2 4/1s left over.
Yeah.
Wait, is this lethal?
4, 8, 12, 13. Yeah, it's lethal. Probably do that.
I'd probably do that.
You didn't hero power.
You didn't hero power, exactly.
Seems strange. But I guess.
Yeah, we're really good at this game. Got him.
My best turn was when we used that 1/4 taunt to win the game.
Yeah. Stagger out the Aya and then set up for big spell power swipe. Double spell power swipe.
Yeah, that was good.
That's good.
Looks like they factored in lethal the previous turn, but assumed that a hero power would come out. So took them a second, but they got it.
Yeah, that was starting to scare me for a moment. I'm like, lethal.
Yeah.
If they would have missed that, that would have been a serious statement.
Lethal on board.
I mean, that's like step number 1. That's like Firebat 101. First step, count your damage.
They didn't have that extra set of eyes tied to time not being there. He would have spotted that right away.
Yep.
3 sets of eyes. You could just designate one person on your team to be the designated lethal spotter.
You know, in the TESPA Collegiate Series, they do that a lot. A lot of times, one of the players' roles is to specifically spot lethal.
Yeah, and I mean...
The other two thinking about how to sequence.
Makes sense. That clears up your communication a little bit, but take a look at Cloud9. They'll be playing on the Druid. Once again, they only have Priest and Warlock remaining.
Yeah, it was really important for them to pick up that win, too. If the Druid got a 4th in a row, it would have been lights out. But now, look at the lineup here from G2. They have Warrior to fight against the Druid. They have Warlock to fight right back against the Priest deck. They have everything they need to line this up and counter.
Yeah, and I mean, G2 had a fantastic week with Pirate Warrior last week. They brought that, they threw it out early on. I think they took 3 wins with the Pirate Warrior last week on their way to their week 2 win. So if that's their choice, which it likely will be, then I don't know. They might be able to just close out the series with that, looking at the remaining decks from the other side on Cloud9. Definitely still in a good spot, I'd say, for G2. But a crucial win for Cloud9 if they even want a hope in winning this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3-2 at this point, so the match is opened back up, and that victory was super key. I mean, we just saw G2 win an unfavorable matchup versus Shaman. If Cloud9 can put together something similar against the Warrior deck, well, then we got a real series on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
2 majorly unfavorable matchups being won by the underdog. That would just be an incredible midway point to this series.
Yeah. It would be. Players are still deliberating on the decks right now in G2, I think, so we'll be getting in just a few moments, but probably not too much to deliberate on this one, I'd say.
I think it's a matter of RDU typing in his login information and
queuing up one of his 10 Pirate Warrior decks that he has built.
I think he actually does like to do that a lot too. Like when
just
he's playing
one
ladder,
different tech build.
Yeah, exactly. He'll have multiple different builds with tech in it. So if there's a specific person at a time that he's queuing against high on ladder, he'll queue up a deck that has a tech choice based against them.
All right. Well, we'll see. First time we're seeing one of the decks that RDU's piloting today. I guess we've seen Tice all day because they've only been winning with Druid, but still. See if he can pull it together. G2, incredibly successful week in week number 2 with Pirate Warrior. See if they can replicate that.
Yeah, you've noticed the excitement of Life Coach has come down a little bit too. A bit of an early celebration in that Paladin game they lost. And it turned around real quick. And since then, it's been heartfelt discussion on how to tackle best. Reasonable opening hand with the Fiery War Axe and the Blood Cell Cultist, but a 1-drop would complete this hand.
Job's done.
No dice.
Did we see Ancient of War from Cloud9?
No, they are not big fans of Ancient of War. That is not a Firebat style card. It's a big boy, but he wants stuff to do. Turn 7 comes around, he wants to close.
I mean, a lot of weapons can just be a good thing against a deck with no taunts, so you just keep hitting him in the face.
Yeah, it's definitely a big benefit for G2 that they've drawn this Arcanite Reaper in this particular matchup simply because Cloud9 has distinctly lacked any taunt minions. I mean, have we even seen Jade Behemoth from them?
I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
That Raven Idol.
There it is.
There it is. That Raven Idol could play a really important role in this match as well. Let's listen to G2 as they get underway.
From their side, but whatever. Yeah,
The question is if we want to kill the 1-1 or not with the weapon.
Never.
Never, right?
Okay.
Never.
It's not good value. Because the thing is, like, even if you kill it, if they have Wrath,
They
they're
dive
not
to like
gonna...
Wrath or something. That's
Nobody dies to Wrath anyways.
We play the Frozing, they play the Azure Drake, we play Naga Corsair, and we hit them hard. That's how it works.
Yeah, and if they have the Wrath, by killing the guy, they still like only take 3, so it's not really worth a weapon stack. Yeah, I like Frothing Pass too.
Yeah.
And we have patches to like pick it up next turn anyways.
and that's true.
Yeah.
Naga Corsair also summoning the patches. I've never seen a Naga Corsair summoning patches.
I told you, the Naga Corsair is doing a good job in any...
No, I'm like, what? We didn't play Pirate yet. That's the thing, like...
We just need to make sure to not draw patches, then we're good.
Yeah.
I'm open to anything here.
Told you that is the game plan. Oh.
And no patches. So good.
And now the patches straight. The patches straight too.
And the free goes to 5.
Oh, it's so sick. Oh.
And we have the cultists too. We have cultists. Cultists, not even one.
And now Frozing is priority, so they will kill Frozing and then we can upgrade.
What?
So insane.
Well, they can
And then-
swipe ref. That will wreck us.
No, but if they had Wrath, wouldn't you Wrath?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
If you have
they-
nothing better for curve, I would maybe also go as a Drake.
I don't know.
Takes a lot of damage though.
No, 0% chance.
Okay. Alright, Starfall, huh?
What to do?
And then brand Behemoth into cleanup. Hopefully that's good enough.
A lot more quiet now that they're starting to lose again.
Yeah, sometimes you just call the sequence and you nail it. And this is going to be lights out. Bloodsail Cultist, a massive value here. Bloodsail Raider, 7 power as well.
They even have another Bloodsail Cultist to follow it up when a pirate is inevitably on the board again next turn.
Yeah, there's no hope for Cloud9 at this point. Something that was really interesting was they had 2 different ways to approach it, which number 1 was swipe the Frothing Berserker. Very much one of the scariest minions in the build. And then number 2 was actually to nourish from mana crystals, and that would have resulted in them suffering some damage, but that would have led into a Jade Behemoth turn, which then would have given them Azure Drake swipe on the following. So I think they suffer a similar fate any way they go, but that Azure Drake was, I mean, it was spelled out to die, I think, in that situation.
Yeah. With no patches drawn from the deck yet, Fire War Axe plus any pirate
Even
takes that out.
Chron Elite would have been a nightmare.
Not too bad there as well. So
that being said, all those situations are nightmares if they swipe as well, and that's just why the matchup is poor. There's not really a strong way to do it other than hope that they don't have it.
Hope that you can just innervate out huge taunts all game long, and you only have so many innervates and huge taunts.
Oh, that's a bad feeling.
All right, well that's
actually
game.
Lethal on board. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Sorry. But you know, pick your poison.
2 damage away from lethal. So Heroic Strike, South Sea Deckhand. Either way.
Yeah, and this is just trying to simply conceal information. Every pirate deck runs South Sea Deckhand. Not every single pirate deck is going to run Heroic Strike. Sometimes you can cut that card, albeit very rare. G2, easy win for them, and now a 4-2 lead in the series.
With Pirate Warrior as their deck that's queued up currently, and Pirate Warrior, not too many terrible matchups. There's a few poor ones, and I think some even ones, and we do have some even ones coming up pretty soon, which are the decks that Cloud9 has remaining. But definitely another good spot for G2. Are they going to start the season 3? That's the big question here.
Well, they got Warlock and Priest to get through, and Warlock can be a really tough matchup against Pirate Warrior. If you get the right sequence, you can run the matchup over. If you don't get that right sequence, you pretty much get run over. And then with Priest actually might be their best bet here, even though they suffer a ton to an early Fiery War Axe. I think outside of Fiery War Axe, if they have a decent curve, they have a good chance.
All right, we'll see if G2 can continue the run on the Pirate Warrior. We'll go to a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Who's that pro?
Don't forget.
It's Life Coach.
Don't forget.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Trinity Series presented by ESL and Twitch. About to jump into game number
7.
Thanks, Admiral. Always got my back. G2 here are looking to close out the series with Pirate Warrior, and they're looking to solidify their 3-0, which, coming up to the halfway point, gives them a pretty good shot at making it to the playoffs. Essentially 4 wins all but guarantees you into that playoff stage, and there'll be one way to win with 4 weeks left to play.
Right, and $150,000 in the pool, $75,000 of that goes to first place. And so if they take that 3-0 here, that is, it's at their fingertips at that point. You can start to taste it. But Cloud9, they need to battle back. They are 0-2 in the start of Trinity Series, and in their 3rd week, they are down a player. Tides of Time couldn't show up to this match, and as a result, StrifeCrow and Firebat have been the lone 2. And this is quite the opening hand they're facing off against. That's about as good as it gets if you're in G2 spot.
Also, the coin. Pirate Warrior is one of those decks that actually thrives on the coin because they lack a lot of 2-drops, but they hit those 1-drops and those 3-drops incredibly well, and their 3-drops are so powerful. So Cloud9 also, by the mulligan phase, their priest looks a little bit greedy. I saw an Entomb in a Cabal Songstealer in the opening hand. So this priest deck is probably designed to beat some of the slower builds. Probably not designed to beat Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, it does help that they have Wormrust Agent and Shadowward Pain and now a newly added Cabal Talon Priest. But again, the hand from G2 is just way too strong here. This is an opener where they have 3 different ways to play this, and all of them look good. If they open with Buccaneer, Coin, Sousey deckhand, that Fiery War Axe is looking mighty good. If they don't do that, Fiery War Axe still looking mighty good, and then you have the coin for the Naga Corsair later on. All of their options lead to El Dorado at this point.
Yeah. Lead to some type of gold. Let's listen into G2 and see just how happy they are with this opening hand.
Yeah, we could, by not playing deckhand, we play around Potion of Madness, but isn't that a bit next level? We don't need to take the risk.
No, we play Fiery. We play Fiery for sure.
Yeah, but I will do everything at once. Fiery, trade with Patches, go face. And Thais is saying that coin deckhand is bad versus the Potion of Madness.
Yeah, but...
We only miss 2 damage. It's not that bad.
We don't want necessarily to miss 2 damage.
Yeah, but we also don't want to miss the buff on the weapon.
Potion of Madness, yes.
That's like the only way we lose, right? Potion of Madness.
What now?
Otherwise, we just deckhand next turn into...
Deckhand coin cultist.
Yeah, into Naga Corsair. We just never lose that
I'm not
way.
sure if it's worth it. Like, I don't expect it, but they can run it,
Yeah. It's like the only way we lose. I don't see another way we lose. So let's just play around the play that makes us lose.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I know we miss 2 damage, but we should do it like this. Just uber safe. Because they wouldn't do it on turn 1 because they don't kill anything. So they might still have it.
Great Bio to get 2 additional cards in his hand. I prefer removing the minion.
I wonder.
Up to you, though.
And now we have to do it anyways.
Yeah,
So
but that's fine.
No, Buccaneer is better.
Yeah, Buccaneer is better. Buccaneer is better.
So Buccaneer first.
I think... Oh, wait. Is Buccaneer better?
Yes.
Why do you like Buccaneer more?
Why do you like Deckhand more?
Buccaneer
trades better. Deckhand trades better with Twilight Guardian.
No, you can play the Buccaneer 3-2. It's better.
Yeah, but Deckhand trades better with Guardian. What I'm saying.
Deckhand trades better with Guardian.
Because we want to Naga Corsair next turn, right?
Yeah, but the weapon is 5 attack. Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay. We can trade the Bloodsail Cultist into the dragon, right?
Yeah, but then we don't have good otherwise.
I don't want
Okay.
to attack with the weapon anyways, we keep the attack. That's the one thing we do.
Yeah, we keep the attack. Yeah, okay, I can get behind the deckhand. Yeah, okay.
I just like deckhand a bit more.
Yeah, okay.
Haha.
Okay.
We don't attack, right?
No, you wanna keep the attack, because we have Naga.
Yeah, we have the Naga, guys.
So now
what
we
are
wreck
you-
them if they Guardian.
You're saying you don't want to send the 3/4 in there, yeah?
No,
How
because
do you
we
trade
waste.
it with the 3/4. I mean, it's you still have to deal the 5 damage then into it.
Next turn, don't we want to land the Cabal Talon Priest on the Wild Pyromancer? Developing 2 minions means he won't be able to kill them both. This way, if we play them one at a time, he swings at the first one, then swings at the second one, meanwhile developing his board both times. Currently have no AoE to exploit that. So his board will get out of control and he'll kill us with the board. So I think we want to develop both minions at the same time. So he can't only swing at one, so we at least trade off some of the minions. He didn't swing at our face.
Quickly.
Alright, that makes sense.
Firebat does have a good point there. Heal pass seems like a weird play on turn 4, but it definitely has some merit.
Yeah, I actually like building the tension all at once, so that way the pressure can maybe be counteracted if you get a perfect draw. Something that's interesting to me is Firebat said it's up to you, though. And I think that the two-person dynamic is really changing the way that they can play as a team.
They have
the
to-
pilot has to have it. It has to be trust.
They have to sort of concede some of their arguments because there's no mediator. There's no
Right.
one in between to give the final say. So if you have an opinion, you can't, totally push it on the person. So definitely interrupting. You can see the G2 though, a lot of times there'll be 2 players that want one play and 1 player that wants another play, and they will almost always go for the play that the 2 players want because it's majority.
Right, and the question that RDU posed that swayed the opinion was, how do we lose? Potion of Madness is how we lose, then let's play around that. Hedge your bets against it. And it really shows his expertise with this build. It's a very forgiving build, and of course it's very strong. You'll get free wins, but when those free wins don't crop up, you need to be able to navigate perfectly. And they have done that absolutely thus far.
Yes. All right, and another no swing again from G2. So that gives a little bit of information over to Cloud9. They obviously have something that interacts with the weapon in the hand.
This hand is not getting it done, though. This is actually a Reno Priest build, and that would explain not only the Doomsayer, but the Cabal Shadow Priest.
Assuming it's a Reno Priest build by what we've seen.
It's definitely a Reno Priest build.
Or a really bad regular Priest build. One of the two.
Well, those are one and the same.
Hey! Hey! Well, Doomsayer is going to be the play to try and stop some of this damage.
Yeah,
and
the idea for Cloud9 is that the Frothing Berserker will grow to trade over the Doomsayer here, and as a result, they'll be able to Shadow Word Death it. Can they turn it around with Shadow Word Death and Wild Pyromancer, maybe?
Potentially. It's definitely
G2 just drew another Frothing Berserker, so...
Get death them both.
That is correct. Could just push a lot of damage, too. Let's listen to G2 and see what they're thinking.
By just not playing anything?
Ooh.
Just weapon that down?
We can just kill it with the Doomsayer and weapon the 3/4. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, okay, I see it. So you say we only play the deckhand or what? We play the deckhand, kill the Doomsayer with all our minions besides the Berserker, and the weapon goes on the dirt. I like that. Yeah, let's do.
Okay, so deckhand we play.
Deckhand we play?
Yeah, weapon goes on the board.
Yeah, exactly. And we lose not that much damage. That still plays around Dragonfire Potion. And
I like it. I don't want to extend the board so much.
Yeah, I was even thinking of not playing deckhand. That was my.
If you don't play deckhand, you don't really have good trades on the Doomsayer, and deckhand is not like the most value minion ever.
how much damage did we miss? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We missed 9 damage basically. 9 damage for the board. I hope it was worth
Oh,
it.
they chopsticked it though. They didn't have it.
Yeah, Naga attack phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we have to smoke them down, yeah. Let's do Naga attack phase. Let's hope they don't have Reno as well.
They have a dragon in their hand. One of these cards is a dragon.
They have again.
Death. Well, death before Pyro.
Yeah, Death Pyro, right? Then draw Reno and win.
Yeah.
Good old 50-50.
Just the card I have, that would be good. Good too. I have a dragon activator for Corruptor.
Still.
Oh man. So we need to develop something because the Arcanite Reaper is not enough, which means we play Frozing, first mate, hit the face, right?
Is it?
Yeah, Reaper is not good.
We can do 2 attacks, and it's not good enough. We still need to top deck, and even then they can heal or taunt. So you play Frozing, first mate, attack face.
That's the question: do we attack face or do we attack the Pyromancer?
Why should you attack the Pyromancer?
Making it a 3/4, I guess, and
Doesn't make sense.
then
you make
he
the
cannot
Pyro
play a
one.
spell. He cannot play a spell for free. He has to heal it.
Unless he heals first, yeah.
He cannot play a spell first. Yeah, okay, fair enough. We can also attack the Pyro, it doesn't matter too much, yeah.
Like it.
Like it? Okay, let's take
I
it.
like it, yeah.
No, we can do it.
Like it.
No, it's fine. Then they cannot spell and kill the Frozing, I like it.
We still really have good value. We have upgrades. We have another Reaper, another Naga Corcrons.
We drew all the 1-drops almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Double Buccaneer, double Deckhand.
But I'm looking to do that. I'm just trying to think. I want to slow roll them a little bit too.
Their last card's got to be like Heroic Strike, right? I feel like they would do almost anything before this. So Heroic Strike's the last card. Maybe we can turn this around.
Yeah, not looking bad at all. Picked up the Justice card. If I wait till turn 10, I can get double heal off. Or if I get Rods, I can double heal without spending mana. It's a really cool combo if you play Rods before Justice card, because you can use your hero power twice.
Well, it's getting close. It's coming down to the wire now for both these teams. And you can hear Firebet. He said, hey, maybe we could turn this around. They got the Justicar Trueheart.
Well,
But that's a 7-3.
yeah, it's a big turnaround that's necessary as well. They're going to drop very low. And, I mean, it has to be Justicar here. They're dead on board if they don't drop Justicar, I believe. 5 + 7 + 1 is... Nope, that'd be 13 damage. So they don't necessarily have to drop Justicar here.
They can wait for the double dipping of Justicar next turn. And because...
It's the same amount of healing, effectively.
Pretty much any damage that they draw is going to deal at least...
Upgrade, maybe?
Upgrade, yeah. But then you also have to deal with the 6 extra damage that's coming the next turn either.
Ooze or whatever. You know, to me, it's Justicar, because if you wait on the healing for Justicar, you commit all your mana next turn, definitely. Mm-hmm. And then also, you get the same amount of healing on it, whether or not you play the Justicar now or later.
Yeah, well, this play also, this removes Upgrade as an out. If you Cabal and then heal your face, because there's 12 damage on board, you're at 14.
That also
so Upgrade's not
it.
an out. It's sort of the same amount of healing, and next turn, you get to double dip. So you're just conceding the fact that you lose to 2 damage, but you're sort of stronger on board. You take away a minion.
Yeah, this also gives them a chance to have Holy Nova to contest the 7-3 as well. So there is a lot of merit, I think, to Cabal Shadow Priest instead. Actually, there's a ton of merit to it, literally because of the Holy Nova. Yeah. Maybe Holy Smite as well. There's a few tech choices here. What it's boiling down to is that Cloud9 needs some impactful draws. And that Twilight Drake was one of the worst ones. And G2 continues to draw Weapon Overload. Over time, that's good, but if Cloud9 stabilizes, that's trouble.
Yeah, next turn, Cloud9's going to heal for... They play Dust card, they're going to heal for 6. So they're going to go up to effectively 20... Well, 20 if you add on their health this turn. And this turn, G2 can only deal 12 points of damage. So they'll be at 8 at the highest. And it looks like G2 is going to try and trade. But let's listen into Cloud9 to see what their plan is.
It's another weapon. So the most likely weapon there isn't really a likely weapon since there's 2 possible weapons. It could be either the one of Vorax or the one of Reaper. They have equal odds. If it's Reaper and we heal for 6, we're out of range.
I'm looking to play Justicar here.
Yeah. They're gonna clear our guy, probably in punch 7 again.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's what it'll be. We'll see. Chances.
So just kill Justicar, I guess.
Yeah, just kill Justica. Don't even upgrade. Don't.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Justicar and Priest? Oh, I could never make that into my Reno Priest. That's...
No.
Oh, nice.
Shade, Holy Nova heal. Wait, yeah, we were dead to Heroic Strike, so it's not Heroic Strike.
What if we Drake Nova? What happens? We're at 8?
No, then they could kill us with Reaper Heroic Strike. They could still have a Reaper. That's what that card could be. Like, I don't understand what else the card could be really besides Reaper, right?
It's not a minion, right? And even if it is a minion, we can just take the hit from a minion and it's
It could
probably not
be
going to be worth
N'Zoth
4.
First Mate. Well, they would play N'Zoth First Mate first, then equip the War Axe, right?
I like getting the hero power in actually more.
I think it's a Reaper.
It's just the heal is worth more than the minion body is, because they don't even play a minion next turn. The minion's only for trading, and they don't even play a minion next turn that often. It's like 50-50, right? And even then, it trades off upgrade. Okay. Okay, nice. That's not too bad for us.
We're still in the range where Heroic Strike kills us. Unless we find Reno or Kazakis or something.
Heroic Strike? No, 7. I have 12.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, then we're good. Nothing can kill us as long as we heal. So we should play Ezra Drake, because our deck cards are more valuable than theirs, right? Unless you're
Azure
worried
Drake
about them
dies to
trading.
the axe, though. Like, we do need to worry about tempo now. I'm gonna play Operative.
Okay.
I can play their... I want to play like a small pirate or something.
Alongside the heal. So it's
Yeah,
Captain.
like his captain, he looks like, yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, let's do that. Boom.
Now they need
Think they can
Leroy.
win.
Wow. If they run Leroy, they have 1 out.
I believe that they don't run Leroy.
Let's play for board. Awesome.
Or you have to face tank the 3-3.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you would face tank the 3.
What do you want to face tank the 3-3? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You never go face here? Yeah. Oh.
No.
Because then they trade easy. They don't have a way to kill the 6-3 now. So like they do 6, but they go to 13. We have nothing in the deck that deals that much damage.
So, yeah, they still have the dragon.
There's my first Drake. Let's see. I can get a.
You can get Reno off Drake, but you can't play it. Other than that, there's not really any
I'm
good
just
top
thinking
decks.
about stuff I can actually play.
Excavated Evil is the best, but then it kills its own Drake, so that's not good.
Expanded is worse than healing.
Yeah, so I don't see any good top decks off the Drake.
Let's play Storm first. Alex Straza, that's good.
Yeah, Alex Strauss is good.
Yeah, that was.
What the hell?
But it's not as good, is it? Oh, this is the worst draw of the deck.
Yeah, but keep playing. I just want to get more information of this deck.
Yeah, I mean, I
No,
guess.
but I wonder, like, they have a dragon already all the in the hand. Like, it has to be a big 9 drop, probably.
We could have even done it with an Arcanite Reaper here. Arcanite Reaper and the upgrade. Then they would have Dookie Dookie.
Can we still do it?
No.
If we draw, get Finley.
No. There's-
I mean, we can do it with Arcanite Reaper exactly into something like.
No, we cannot. We also die.
No, because they have to trade her. They have to trade the girl. So like we don't die now.
I bring life.
Don't play any additional cards.
Okay.
Trade.
I should have kept the other one. That would have forced a little different, right? I would have had lethal. It's okay. I don't have to play any cards this game and still have a 100% chance to win.
Yeah. Heal face, trade the guy, go face for 9.
Yeah.
You can play Rasa. They know that's in your deck. Like, you're not playing Reno Priest without Rasa, right?
Nah. Well, technically, they might not know our Reno Priest. Nah, there's no way they don't know, right?
They know you're Reno Priest by now.
Yeah. With the Pyromancer and Doomsayer and stuff, yeah.
Scuttle the ship!
That was just about the longest Pirate Warrior game that I ever did see.
Wow, what a game.
Yeah, seriously.
Between these two, on the brink of destruction, Strifecrow mentions, oh, we could draw Justicar. And he draws Justicar. They find time to use it, and by the skin of their teeth, hang on and stabilize the board position. And all the while, sick reads going back and forth between each team.
It would have been easier if they just drawn the Reno, but they did it the hard way, the old-fashioned way, with
just
minions just healing up. But yeah, there's Cloud9 now, another win in the books with that Priest, so they're going to stick on that Priest. But I feel like Reno Priest is a little bit more vulnerable. It definitely something a deck that I did not expect to see, with Dragon Priest having some pretty good matchups across the board. But definitely an interesting choice, and one that took at least G2 a little bit to pick up on.
Something that's kind of interesting to note, though, is that the power that Reno Priest can provide is a little bit more than what a typical Dragon Priest can provide. If you get the right draws, you have major power spikes at every step of the way. You have large stabilization tools, where the Dragon Priest has a pretty consistent game plan throughout, and you're hoping it succeeds. So a little bit more volatility, I'd say, but definitely some potential for extra power. But we gotta set still. It's 4 games to 3 in G2's favor.
Yeah, so still a slight advantage, but it's starting to dwindle away for G2. Now they have to try and counter this Reno Priest, and there was some information concealed. They don't know exactly what the deck holds. You heard Tice mention in the comms last game. He said that's got to be they've had a dragon the whole game. It's got to be a 9-dropper. They would have played it already, so they can sort of deduce maybe that's a Ysera, Alex Straza, something along those lines.
To me, the only other situation was if it's a Twilight Whelp. Maybe a little bit hard to play Twilight Whelp if you don't have another dragon. You need that Wormrest agent. So he was spot on, though. I mean, 9-drop was it. They don't know it's Ysera, but we'll see what they end up thinking. Either way, it's bound to be some interesting games. I don't think we've seen Reno Priest in the Trinity Series yet.
Not yet, no. It's been Dragon Priest all the way down. And I'm curious to see. We don't even know the full deck list, and Reno Priest I haven't seen be too popular since the very beginning of Mean Streets of Gadsden. I don't remember its good and bad matchups compared to Dragon Priest.
It's about the same. I think it's a little bit worse against the aggro builds, but I think it's a little bit better versus some of the later game matchups. I don't know. We're going to find out. That's a Faceless Manipulator in the hand for G2, which will mean a combo Reno Warlock. Their game plan is to assemble that combo and deliver 20 points of burst to Cloud9 at a later stage in the game. But when you're talking about Reno matchups, the player with Life Tap oftentimes has an advantage. And in this one specifically, Twilight Drake is a nightmare for Cloud9.
Doesn't matter if you have one of everything in your deck or not. Priest is always going to struggle with Twilight Drake. Those 4-attack minions with a lot of health.
I am curious how Cloud9 is going to mulligan this hand away, though. I mean, Draconid Operative is
they already
incredibly
mulliganed.
Powerful. Oh, they already mulliganed? I just missed it?
Yeah.
Oh, touche.
They kept Operative.
Okay. Cabal Songstealer gets picked up, though, so that is a potential answer to Twilight Drake. A very important tech card that can swing that card in particular. So now the next hump was going to be Mountain Giant, if it's present. But off to a fantastic start, and with Brand drawn early, do they feel like they want to hold out for value ever?
It's a lot of valuable cards in this deck that get better with Brand. Kazakis, the Draconid Operative, Nether Sprite Historian. 2 of those cards they have in their hand already.
Cabal Courier.
Cabal Courier as well.
Consider.
The babbling book that you get off Cabal Courier. The Cabal Courier that you get off Cabal Courier. The Kazakus.
I always want to take the other Cabal Courier when I get the option. And I just never do, but I always want to.
It's turtles all the way down.
I wonder.
I mean, if you just get nothing but Cabal Couriers the rest of the game, you're gold.
Or purple.
That's like a head crack.
Infinite value from the head crack.
Quickly.
They're really debating on whether or not they want to save this brand and want to save this Nether Historian. The answer is yes. They feel like they need that value. That heal's pointed to the face.
This is where the experience is so important to these matchups, is you only have a certain amount of time to listen to it and get through it. Let's listen to G2 and see how they want to go.
If you can tap, you tap.
Sure. Let's do.
We did a little bit better turn too. Ooh, we have to Doomshare, I think. Ooh, we might have to Shadow Ball this.
Yeah, Bolt is better because
they play Kazakas. They play Kazakas. Like, we have to Shadow Ball this.
yeah, you deny Kazakus by bolting. You also play around Pain. You also play around Pain. Like, you could also go like Nether Spite Pain and then you insta lose, right?
Insta lose is a big
Nah,
word.
not insta lose, but it can become problematic.
It becomes painful, guy. Heal their face. Ooh, this is like once upon a time. Oh,
And that's what they debated on turn 2. They were thinking if they should play it or not.
If they wanted to wait with Bran.
Ooh. Okay, I played the Drake.
Yes. For attack!
The only thing they can have against this is Entomb, and its next turn is not even now.
As long as we don't play...
Oh!
Right into the trap card.
I like Emperor.
Yeah, we have nothing better here. Oh my god, the Song Stealer!
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, but normally in Twilight Drake does better than going one. At least
Yeah.
Power will shield
Yeah,
for
sure.
the 5/5.
This match looks like it's going over to Cloud9's favor. How overwhelming picked up 2. They could trade over and keep the 5/5 alive.
That's a very interesting pickup. I mean, they have so many strong tools. I don't really see the Faceless Manipulator being of too much value, but suddenly they have a clock going.
Yeah, they also saw Power Overwhelming and Faceless Manipulator off the Draconid Operative.
Right, so they're either assuming Leroy is in hand or that the combo's not available. It's one of those two options in G2's hand. And G2, maybe, once again, a bit of an early celebration. Cabal Songstealer wiping out that Twilight Drake was huge, and that is all enabled because Cloud9 chose to use that Power Word Shield on the 1/3.
You could hear even RD's like, the only thing they could have to get this would be Entomb. And that's next turn.
Whoops.
Whoops.
And this hand from G2 is... It's looking grim.
Slim pickings.
Yeah, 5/6, 5/5. The heal's available. They just drew an extra card off the Operative. I mean, that bought him a ton of tempo.
Yeah, and they have value for days, too. Ysera is huge.
And they still don't-
second Draconid Operative.
In the list on G2's side, they have to be doing more guesswork than Cloud9 is. The Reno builds are fairly standard.
Yeah.
Where, what's standard for a Reno Priest?
Reno Jackson.
Thank you.
Kazakus. Let's go and listen in to Cloud9 and get their thoughts on this match.
Side effects? No.
My seal for Argus.
Looks like I'm gonna have to Cropter that.
Yeah, it does. They're gonna twisting, right? But I still think you do it. You have to make them.
Well, of course, I have to make them twisting. I can't let the tear go off. Okay, let's do that. Don't see anything better.
I wield the power of Black.
Be nether,
It's
right?
good enough. It's twisting, yeah.
I think this nether is good enough. Ooh, that's...
Doesn't change.
It's almost... No, it doesn't, no.
No, because you don't want to leave the operative up.
It's a really nice nether, like against Reno Priest is...
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, hi. Okay, we just nether, yeah?
Yeah, we nether. It's a really good... getting 3 minions and against the Reno Priest.
It's really good.
The only thing you have to be careful for is they gonna drop Ysera maybe or something like this.
Yeah, so we need to have like Siphon Soul for that, or Sylvanas.
That's the thing I'm a little worried about, the only thing. So
and then Doom.
Probably operative here.
Yeah, I like it. They've had Rag in all their decks so far. Wouldn't surprise me if there's Ragnaros. So Siphon would be a nice pick. Shambler's good. We have a Twilight Drake next turn.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Shadow Flame. It's really a Justicar, but it's not really. I'm gonna have threat after threat, right?
I believe so.
So they don't really want to. And Shadow Flame is really good when you're ahead too. They just drop a bunch of minions, but.
Well, I don't know. That's turn 10 play. Shambler's turn, next turn play.
Are you mocking?
Yeah. Well, Ysera's really like the next turn play too. We'll see. I don't know if I'm maybe be able to bait other things. Yeah, I mean we can try to save Ysera. We'll see.
Reno Priest putting on the pressure.
It's crazy to me how this pan out went. Tice goes, well, they might play Ysera, so we need to have Siphon Soul. Strife Pro goes, oh, I don't know, maybe we can bait out Siphon Soul. And then G2 draws the Siphon Soul.
Let's see if they'll fall for it.
This is slim pickings for G2, though. I mean, none of these plays are strong. All of them are going to start dying to board. So if they want to take it back, they either have to come up with a sequence that wipes it all out in one blow, or they're going to have to make some sacrifices.
It's going to be tough. Especially since look at Cloud9's turn 9. Twilight Drake faces Shambler. It's a lot of power on board that's hard to remove.
Yeah, and they saw the Shadow Flame from G2's deck on the Draconid operative, so I think that maybe they consider it's not there. Let's see how G2 is handling this pressure.
But maybe we should not do it now. And the Hellfire was not good enough. I think the Hellfire was too low value. So I don't mind these two guys keeping us alive. I think the Hellfire can do a better job. So, yeah, I mean, keep on blanking. I mean, we're drawing a lot of cards. It's not that. And we're also quite greedy. So, we might also set up for potential Jiraxos. I mean, because we have Shadow Flame, we have Siphon Soul, we have Kazakus, we have Reno, so if we get Jiraxos at any point of the game, we just will play him. Okay. Building up more boards. We can even Shadow Flame is a threat against them. Okay.
They cannot really Shadow Flame this at all, I mean.
No Shadow Flame, no. I tap, yeah?
Yeah, always tap.
Okay. I would like to play Vendor and Second Grade Bruiser.
Yeah, it's perfect here. We can stall one more turn. It's gonna make the minions weaker. For attack minion is also not too bad against Priest.
No, I have the two.
We can get a Talon Priest heal Shambler thing going on here. Make our board pretty indestructible to anything. Right? Like 2, 5, 8.
You have a really good point there, because they've already used Twisting, huh? And the other AoE is not hard AoE. So let's just make a big operative.
Yeah, I think you pump the operative, then Shambler, then trade, then heal. Whoa.
Oh, it's a 5/5 already.
Yeah, so you only heal for 1 that way. The other way you can heal it for 2. The other way is, I guess, you could do Twilight Drake instead, but I think this is better.
Shambler first before trading.
Yeah, of course. Then trade it and heal, and then push the rest face, I assume. Unless you want to double trade that.
I'm gonna double trade here.
Okay.
Quickly.
Then I guess they.
I was gonna heal the 5/4.
You have to heal the 5/4, otherwise Sylvanas Shadow Flame destroys you. Now they need Coil Sylvanas Shadow Flame.
I tap.
Wait, there is a faceless Shadow Flame Mortal Coil on the 5/6. Do we ever do that? Or is it like completely out of the window? I think this might be the turn to...
No, we can just tap Hellfire and Mortal Coil. That's doing this nearly the same job, but we keep our resources. We have Reno, so we shouldn't be afraid too much. Agreed? Can I tap?
Yeah, I like it too.
we have Reno, yeah. Let's step more.
Okay, now we can Demon Brass them too. Now I would like to play Hellfire, Demon Brass, Mortal Coil. Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Job's done.
And we have Reno, we are pretty safe.
Sylvanas,
Okay.
by the way, they are playing Entomb, probably.
No, it's Sylvanas Shadow Flame.
You should only use it with Shadow Flame. And Siphon Soul should only be used on the big dragon, like they either play Serian or Farian or something like that.
They went with Operative, right? From the Historian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played both operatives. So
And
they have no more extra cards.
Warlock cards. They already played both Warlock cards. I want to draw either Jaraxxus, and I play Jaraxxus, or I want to draw Bran in 2 draws. But I will definitely tap through the deck. Yeah. We can draw Bran, and we can draw Jaraxxus. I would like to draw some of those.
Jaraxxus is insta-win unless they have Artificial Pact from the Cabal Courier.
This game is incredibly back and forth. Now Bran picked up for G2. Bran Kazakis.
Those extra card draws. Here's the thing, though. G2 has sacrificed a lot of value to get to this stage. So if they can't find a way to actually close, there's a chance that fatigue sets in. Say Jaraxxus is their last card. That could spell trouble. But the Bran Kazakis is massive value in this spot. And you heard Life Coach say it. We have Reno. How afraid could we be? Let's listen to this Kazakis discussion.
5 mana? Oh man. Resummon.
I can take 1 if you want. I can take a 1 spell if you want. Should I take a 1?
We have the time. So there's 11 on the board. Can they kill us anyway?
Mind Blast if they play some stupid thing like that.
Nova and Corruptor.
Use
Corruptor. Maybe pick a 5 mana. Or a 1 mana. What? I don't know.
No, I take 10. I did take it. 10.
Please pick a armor.
AoE, transform all minions, yeah? Okay.
Sure.
And some 3, perfect. We got very good potions, I don't have.
Pass here, don't.
That super exclusive Kazakis listening, brought to you by ESL and Twitch.
It's kind of crazy how they're discussing anyways they die. They couldn't really think of a reasonable one. He's like, all right, I just take another 10.
They're like 5, 5, 5. Life Coach is like, no, 10, 10, 10.
I wonder.
I mean, it's very simple. You simply take the 10 and the value is just insane. Yeah.
Simply take the 10.
I love Life Coach.
He's great. And now, I mean, Cloud9 is starting to run out of resources or threats, and G2 has recognized what they need to do. Siphon Soul is for the big dragon. Sylvanas Shadowflame is the only time we'll ever play Sylvanas.
Well, the thing I'm looking at here is how much more damage can the Bran really do by being on board. And what I looked at was Potion of Madness, the Bran play the Twilight Drake is about the most valuable play they can make. But is that enough to get the job done? They're going to trade in the Bran here. So they just want to get the board clear and keep moving. And the Drake, that comes out with more health. Yeah, it comes out with 1 more health in that situation. That does not prevent Mortal Coil because they've already seen it. Interesting setup. There's the Jaraxxus, but look at the board. I mean, this has got to be, something's got to give here.
Reno's the only way they live, right?
Is if Sylvanas Shadowflame happens,
they can steal the taunt, but then Dragonfire Potion. They'd have to still taunt, be like a 50-50 for them to. I don't know.
Kazakus Potions don't have armor, but that would leave them at 1 post-attack. So, I mean, they do have some stuff to think about here. It's crazy how they could fall into a bad situation. Let's listen to G2 and see how they want to take things on.
No, I don't think you Shadow Flame. I think if you're gonna, you just...
Look. If we Shadow Flame, we take 9, we can play the 10 mana Kazakus Potion.
Yeah, but, I mean, if we tap Reno, then the...
I don't think we want to tap more.
He's gonna trade just the car in.
No, Reno Shadow Flame is good. Reno Shadow Flame is good. Reno Shadow Flame is good.
I don't like it.
Into the Kazakus Potion is pretty good, right?
Yeah, I like it too.
Okay.
I like it more than just Reno Pass or Reno Tap.
I think kill Reno where he will trade the Sylvanas into the Reno guys. I really don't like it.
We just never play Sylvanas from now on. We just try to Kazakus Potion and then Jiraxos or something.
Do you mean he will trade the 6th? What?
I mean, he will trade the Justicar into our Reno. And then the only thing I feel we're killing here is the Pyro. It's the only
Okay, but tap is also never tap, right? We should have not tapped.
Why not tap Reno?
Because we have 8 cards, we go to 7, we play a potion, we go to 6, we play a potion, we go to 5, we play Jiraxos, we go to 4, we play Siphon Sword, we go to 3, we play Sylvanas, we go to 2, and we also have all the combo in the deck. I don't see that that tapping us brings us anywhere. So it's...
Could it? Maybe.
No, there's no more Emperor discounted cards remaining.
Okay. Still, if I get AoE shaped, I still see it being kind of great.
If you play it after we get AoE sheeped, though, then he Siphon Souls it, and it doesn't accomplish anything. Or he Sylvanas POs.
It forces out the Siphon, 1 Siphon 2, and it... Yeah, let's do the Raza.
Surrender your will to
He traded for 4 damage, yeah. I don't know, but I think we are fine if we don't die, right? So now I go with the Polymorph Potion, agreed?
Yeah, now you have to go Polymorph, yeah.
Yeah, but it's perfect. I don't... Well, what is the problem?
No, I'm like, now the only thing is, well, he will have a Pyromancer on board. That's the only thing we killed. Oh my god. There we have the proc on the faces and the directions.
It's pretty sick. It's just about safety, Taish. Maybe they just rush our face. What do you do if they kill the Reno? If they leave the Reno up and they just deal 10 more damage, then we are at 11 now. Do you want to be at 11 now? I don't want to be at 11.
Do we need to play Jiraxos? Can we play around Sacrificial Pact?
We are now in heaven, man. We are...
I'm just saying we can play around Sacrificial Pact.
Oh yeah, Cabal Career, right? Oh
yeah.
I mean, we go Jiraxos here, right?
I mean, it's not for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure we can beat...
Guys, we want to play Jiraxos here. I would also like to play the Dirty Red. Agree?
I want to play Red too.
Okay.
I want to play Red. I'm not sure about Jiraxos.
I
play Red first. I play Red first.
Pretty good. Do you want to play Jiraxos?
Always.
Yeah, we play Jiraxos.
But we beat them anyways. Why do we need to play Jiraxos?
There's no world where we don't play Jiraxos.
But if we get from the potion, we get Doomsayer, then it's not that clear.
I don't know.
I said it, they will play a 9 mana dragon.
I dream.
I think we have to play that. The other option is to wait to try and steal something next turn. We have 9.1% chance of top decking the steal card.
What is it? What is it? It's -3, right?
Yeah,
so I can't steal Inferno. Yeah.
I think it's better to play it.
I have reactive clears that have Dragonfires used. It's mostly down to getting Kazakus for me.
Yeah, I want to push 8 with this, get a Kazakus 10 mana potion that deals 8 and kill him with it. That's, I think.
He has Siphon left, but yeah.
Yeah. You might not Siphon a 4/5, though. You might be afraid of other big dragons or something. I don't know.
I'm part of playing games, stalling out a little bit.
This is the biggest minion in our deck. We can get Courier into something, I guess.
Let me change your mind.
Well, it's looking grim for Cloud9.
And it was looking so good for them at one point. Honestly, there was a stage in this game where I would have said Cloud9 was favored, and that has massively turned around. The Emperor Resurrection on the Kazakus potion meant that the combo is now unlocked again for G2. So they've not only found the burst damage, but they've landed Jiraxxus. And as you heard Firebat just say, that 4-5 is the biggest minion left in the deck.
Yep. That's not a good feeling.
G2 was debating quite a bit over their last couple of turns, though. So, curious what the... Oh, my. Oh, they got the Doomsayer out of this, so... It does prevent 4 of the damage, but... Wipes out that potion. Bran is out of the deck for Cloud9 as well.
Sacrificial Pact.
I'm honestly thinking that is the direction you go for right now. And if that's the case, how important is the 2-2? But if 4-5 was the biggest minion left in their deck, there's probably not much of a reason to play this right now.
They could instantly win the game right now. I feel like every other card that you could get is almost inconsequential. Unless you get like a Pyroblast. You get Pyroblast or Fireball, and then it'd have to be Pyroblast and then the Kazakus potion for damage. I don't know.
That was the plan that Firebat laid out. Draw Kazakus, get 8 damage, deal 8 damage.
All right, well, they're going to wait. The 2-2 body, I guess, is relevant to them.
Yeah, it might actually soak up an attack from an Infernal or from the Jiraxxus hands that are here as well. Not sure it matters much. G2's just going to crank out damage. And they have 12 from hand with the Leroy, plus the 14 on board. Cloud9 is in a heap of trouble. Let's hear how they get out of it.
Are you sure you want to play that without Bran?
I don't have Bran. I already played it.
Oh, okay.
Teapot. Let's see. Silence Anomalous. That has to be good. He can clear out his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna entomb this.
Is it better to entomb the other one? Can't really play a Mountain Giant ever. It's worth thinking about. I guess since we'll have 2 cards in hand, it'll be a 10 mana play. I mean, I don't think we want to play either of these cards. But... Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that we can just beat them like that, but yeah. If we end up winning anyways, I'm happy. I mean, even if we lose now to Sacrificial, I wouldn't.
I want to play. I would probably like to play Sylvanas and Tep. You like it?
I kind of want Hero Power Shambler maybe.
Yeah, I don't mind it. We can do that too. You like Shambler more?
Yeah.
Sure. I could attack the Harpy.
Why?
We don't need to. I can also just go face. Here. Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, it's not probably...
To 25.
But he hasn't used Power Overwhelming.
But there's 0% chance I win if I play Reno this turn.
We have Kazakus left?
How do we, if we Reno, then we play Kazakus, we don't even have time to play the 10-mana potion. And 5-mana potion can't clear the board. I just think we have to hope that we don't die, and we have to hope that he also doesn't Sylvanas, PO, or Anomalous, you know? I just don't see any other way to potentially win. Because we can get low from Anomalous, clear, and then play Reno and win, and then heal back 30 and win some tempo stuff. If we play Reno, it's just... I see 0% chance of winning from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chaos beckons.
Reading this card, and I'm like, how? Will I play it for
41 damage?
I don't even want to play that card for 6 mana.
Oh, did I just show them the combo?
Yeah, we could have not.
Well, they knew PO already. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, they already saw our deck.
But we have to show something to kill them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter that much.
That was a cool game.
Holy mackerel. That was back and forth the entire time, and getting the massive value from Dirty Rat. I don't really think it ensured much in that game other than the fact that they were in a commanding lead after that turn.
Yeah, it was impressive stuff back and forth. Drax has sealed the deal. I was expecting a sack pack from the Cabal Courier. That would have been pretty cool indeed for the win. But we are going to have to see if G2 is going to be able to close out the series with the Reno Warlock right after this.
Who's that pro?
We killed them at turn 4, 5, and 6 now.
It's Tice!
We killed them at turn 4, 5, and 6 now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Trinity Series presented by ESL and Twitch. G2 is on the verge of closing out the series against Cloud9. Match point here at Adder Bowl. And if G2 wins, they would secure a 3-0 spot moving into week 4. Pretty crucial in the grand scheme of things.
Yes, this is honestly one of the closer matches they've had, too. It's been a little bit more back and forth. And while they have a 2-game lead at this point, Cloud9's on the last leg, but their last deck is Warlock. So if this is a Reno Warlock build, they simply have to 3-0 with this if they want to win this set. And it's an important one for both of them to win. Either G2 takes a massive lead over the standings, or Cloud9 falls way behind. If they don't pick up a win here, I fear for their season.
Yeah, it's only the top 4 teams after the regular season is over that move on to the playoffs at the LAN finals. And, of course, the playoffs is where a bulk of that prize money is. So that's your goal as a team, is to make it there first and foremost, because you have to make it there to win the whole thing. So for Cloud9, this means keep themselves in the running for the playoffs. For G2, this win means solidifying themselves at the top.
Yeah, and some interesting opening hands here. Mountain Giant so far for both players. That is a sure keep in the hand for Reno Warlock in the mirror match. But Doomsayer in the hand for Cloud9 as well. And what they want to do with that Doomsayer is use it leading into G2's turn 4 so that they can't play Mountain Giant and have it get killed, or Twilight Drake for that matter, and then they can play their own Mountain Giant. But they have Big Game Hunter as one of their tech cards as well, so maybe they want to see the Mountain Giant on turn 4.
Great card in the mirror, but what is it at the cost of, is the question. What card do you take out for Big Game Hunter to be in? Hands are looking very, very similar at the moment. Mountain Giant, Sylvanas, Faceless Manipulator, all in the hands. Oh, the Dirty Rat MC Tech.
I am thinking for Cloud9, this is going to mean Imp Gang Boss rather than the Doomsayer, and then lead straight into the Big Game Hunter. Now, the other option is if they play their Doomsayer. Well, there's a lot of options here. Let's listen to how Cloud9 wants to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Then
like
we
it.
can even play Giant with Peddler next turn.
You know that we just trade one card in our hand against one card in their hand.
Yeah, but we can really like what this is kind of in time to play Dirty Red, right?
It's the only time, right?
Fuck them over. They cannot even play Giant, you know? If they have Giant, they cannot play Giant. Their Twilight Drake is weaker. And
I was also thinking that we have dirty. Oh.
Nice!
No combo. Combo? Guys, the combo just went out of the window.
It's still Leroy Pio. It's still Leroy Pio.
Yeah, but the reach is from 20 to 10.
Yeah.
I mean...
Imp Gang Bust does nothing, right? So I think we just tap.
No, it doesn't do. Every minion does something here. It's just I don't like tapping over Imp Gang.
So many possibilities.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Imp Gang. I have two good lines here if he plays Mountain Giant or Drake, because he can beat JH or Coin Solanas. That's why I didn't like Coin Hero Power, because I need to play Solanas against Twilight Drake.
Such a volatile matchup, Reno Lock, in the beginning stages. The Reno Lock mirror.
Yeah, I mean, the plan for them was to play the Doomsayer, play their own Mountain Giant, and then Big Game Hunter G2's Mountain Giant. The Dirty Rat threw all of that out the window. Pulling that extra card from hand meant Mountain Giant did not have the appropriate discount to get played. Of course, it costs one less for each card in your hand. So when you lose that card from the Dirty Rat, that is massive. Not only that, but that's a 2-for-1 for G2 side.
Weasel!
I'm honestly thinking the Tunneler's not that bad because it sticks a dead draw in your opponent's deck.
Weasel's great. Small Town Buccaneer does have synergy with Draxus,
They took it.
Look at him. He's wearing a hat. You okay?
That's what he sounds like when you play the Weasel.
Oh. I thought you were.
No, that's the sound it makes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, let's go ahead and listen into G2 and see how they feel about the Weasel Tunnel.
I think there's some bit of a deck from last year, guys.
Yeah, weird. So I can either go Mistress, Weasel, and Pep. I like Sylvanas.
I like Sylvanas. It's the time. If we don't plan on Sylvanas Shadow Flame, we go
I have no
Sylvanas
time
now.
for games.
Yeah, but maybe we plan on Sylvanas Shadow Flame.
BGH, guys.
No, it happens.
Can't Twisting yet. And this means he probably doesn't have Hellfire either.
Feeling the pressure.
It's the best way to order this so that he has the least amount of time to respond. Is it better attack first then Silk Coin PO or Silk Coin PO then attack? Attack first.
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
I have no time for
alright.
games.
Then we have 10, 11, 12, 13 damage on board.
So I have 6 plus 6, 12 plus Leroy is 18. It's threat and lethal. Abyssal Enforcer, he takes 8 plus 6, 14. So we don't have lethal, he plays Abyssal Enforcer. Actually, it's one more.
Do you mind that?
Not too much.
Okay, let's see. What is another option? Oh, I can just MC take that, right?
It's too risky, it's too risky. It's way too risky.
Why?
Like, we can miss, and then it's super bad. Then we still have to kill Sylvanas next turn.
Yeah, then we just kill her next turn, right? Can we not just MC tech?
I don't feel it's curving well, MC Tech also. But that's my...
I think we have to Weasel. I don't know, MC Tech seems super bad.
How bad? Really?
If we miss, they can just hit them lethal maybe even.
I might want to go Weasel.
I can also MC tech into Faceless Shambler. You see that, right?
I won't mind MC Tech here. They cannot kill us. I actually maybe MC Tech, with the combo being gone.
I Shambler, right? This 3-3.
I wanted to tap mixtures probably.
If I tap Mist.
So You see anything better than Abyssal Go Face?
Let me think about it.
Like it's a lot of Abyssal value.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the best. I'm leaning towards that at the moment.
Yeah, I like it. Keep the pressure, keep the tempo.
So many possibilities.
Should have went with the Weasel.
They went with the Weasel. They got a full board clear minus the 1/1 from the Imp Gang boss.
And there's a Weasel
in your opponent's deck.
Yes.
Honestly, the goal of Weasel is just to put as many in your opponent's deck as you can. But you heard RDU very much disagreeing with the mind control tech, saying it's too risky. The risk didn't pay off. And even at the end, they had a deliberation of the sequence. Tice wanted to use tap in Mistress of Mixtures. Life Coach chose to Faceless Shambler. I mean, there's a lot of differences of opinions going on here. And as a result, it's not as fluid of a play. So Mistress of Mixtures, PO Shadow Flame is going to have to get the job done. Give it +4/+4 and deals 6 damage to the enemy board.
Cloud9's got no shortage of threats as well. They have Claw Drake, they have Mountain Giant still available. Dark Peddler can pick them up some extra damage.
Yeah, looks like a tap giant turn.
Looks like it.
It's pretty good.
That big game hunter.
I mean, that dealt a lot of damage.
Huge.
And that was the thing. Big Game Hunter used to cost 3 mana. When that was the case, you saw players over and over again fighting simply for that turn 4 spot. Ooh, Lowly Squire.
They went with this instead of Mountain Giant.
Yeah, I think their goal is to play around Siphon Soul and to continue to chip away. And then also the Dark Peddler will give them the information of whether or not they can kill with Leroy Jenkins. Let's listen to G2 and see how they're going to handle the pressure.
So there is a really passive play where we Leroy Hellfire this.
So many possibilities.
You want to do that?
Well, preferably not, but I'm getting a little worried here.
Rise X, okay. I can see it.
Like other plays are probably playing 3 cards. Like, what do you? We probably are forced to use faces otherwise here. Like faceless heal.
Doesn't do anything to faceless.
Imp Gang boss heal. What do you want to do? Maybe.
Maybe faceless. I actually mind faceless and heal is better, right?
So many possibilities.
You think so? Faceless is better, right?
And then play the Weasel too.
Yeah, okay.
Go.
Yeah, I like this. I like this more. I like this better. I mean, the other play is non-board, and now we have a better board. Yeah,
but
it's
like,
also
it's important to see that both of us already played the combo pieces.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to commit the giant, right?
Because of twisting, right?
He still has twisting, yeah.
Does he have Shadow Flame still? He doesn't. So that means it's really good for us to, like, kind of just leave out some. A little bit more time to play Mountain Giant with second rate. Because
we could go Lowly Squire, tap second rate.
Just
we could go second rate Bruiser Emperor, force him to twisting with his own minions on board. Just ignore his board, go face because he's already played.
Let me just think it's a little technical on like Hellfire plays.
Almost out of time.
I think I'm probably better off with Siphon here.
So many possibilities. I'm not ready.
Do we have to Kazakus?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of too.
Or Leroy Hellfire. We could also Leroy Hellfire if you want. Then we go to 5. Is that a problem?
We don't clear anything. We kill
I
ourselves.
mean, he means Hellfire Leroy, but then we leave the two on.
Leroy goes in, the other 2 go in the dragon, and we can Hellfire. And then we clear, but we go to 5, then we die against Leroy. If they have Leroy, yeah, they have Leroy.
It's not even
Do you want to
play.
What?
I think we have to Kazakus.
Leroy is better, right?
No.
Okay, I
don't have anything left.
For 5.
I don't have anything left. For 5.
So, it's damage?
5. You 5, I think.
Yeah, okay. And the other one is summon.
Sheep,
Sheep. Yeah, okay, sheep.
Maybe summon. Pick one.
I do the
I
sheep.
think sheep and go for the 50-50.
Straight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. They got it done. At least for this turn.
Got the right potion. Polymorphed the target they needed.
That's like the only potion that full clears there.
And that was ridiculous. And
it's insane.
They're playing to their outs, and that's really the key to think about is even when your back's against the wall, you have to find the winning line and play to that line. And that's what Cloud9's been doing the entire time with all this pressure. And you can see G2, the fact that they're under so much pressure, it's almost like they've never played a matchup quite like that before.
Mm-hmm. Now if they rip Reno or Draxus from the top, they're in good shape.
I mean, this turn for Cloud9 is looking really good still. I mean, they're facing down board pressure, but any damage will win them the game in the face of no time. Any of it.
One day, I'll be a real.
So all they have to do is force through threats. And now Blast Crystal Potion will help push through any taunt minion. G2 is in trouble.
They got to tap. Hope for the best. Reno or bust.
They need Reno really bad.
Everything else kills them, should there be Leroy.
Well, that'll work too. That actually healed him to 14.
Oh, brand refreshment bender. And then double trade over. Wow. They stay alive.
Keeping the board too. Let's hear how Cloud9 reacts.
It's like if they wanted to do this defensive line, they'd leave up Emperor, which would have been good for us.
Oh no! It's not enough.
Yeah, they need one more card.
Go!
Oh, we can tap for more damage here.
Let's tap. We still have Brand left, right?
We do. You're just Mountain Giant Shambler, right?
I think the Mountain Giant Shambler, yeah.
Brand doesn't matter anymore. They're like pretty much out of Battlecry things, right? Because Kazakus is
Brand
gone.
doesn't really matter that much.
They have Argus left for Brand, and that's it.
It's too hard to kill, so...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they Argus, we got 2 8/8s. Like, they're screwed anyway. They have to Twisting this. So we're getting a board reset in our favor. If they tap Twisting, then they will have gained a card, which will give our guy charge, and we'll
also prevents them from playing Reno this turn.
Yeah, exactly. So they tap Twisting, and then we kill them, right? Or I guess they're not going to tap.
No, they might tap Twist. Nah, probably not. Actually,
they died to Leroy.
We've used Pyro. Okay, that's true. But we've used Pio and Faceless already, so they might not. But they do die to Hellfire and Leroy.
Yeah, so they won't do it.
So many possibilities.
It sucks that our Lethal's reliant on them having 6 cards for Leatherclad Hog Leader. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, tap Nether is that's almost the same. Yeah, I guess so. We have to do it.
Yeah, that Nether is unrealistic.
Oh, no, we can Hellfire Leroy. We can, what? Leroy Hellfire. Leroy Hellfire is way better, right?
If you can do that, yeah, that's much better. Yeah, do that.
First Leroy? Yeah.
Yeah, straight Leroy, and then go.
Hellfire. Yeah.
killing me.
Oh, I have 4 cards.
Let's try Hellfire. Alright, so we have lethal with Kazakus for 1 mana, deal 3. 75% of the time we win here with Kazakus.
Do you want to take that line?
Yes.
Okay, I'll believe in you.
The 1 mana Kazakus potions are also just good. We can play it alongside Reno. So it's summon a 2/2. Because we only need 2 damage to close out the game. And give your minions +2 health. And then I'd say just play Reno and then play the 1 mana potion. Then they twisting, and we have another chance to draw Hellfire, and we have a tap for it. So we should win very large percentage of the time.
Okay.
So, and if they don't twisting, then they're Renoing into this, which means we have a lot of pressure, a lot of damage.
They have
Leroy.
Yeah, they have.
Please draw Reno. Please Reno, Adrian.
What do it? Oh man, okay, they definitely have Leroy. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I siphon Soul, we go to 11. That's just not sufficient, right? We go to 6. We die.
Draw Reno.
I tap now.
Yeah, and Reno.
Twisting, no, twisting or Reno. Twisting or Reno.
Twisting.
No, you die to twisting. You die to Leroy.
Oh yeah, no. Then we need Reno. Yeah, okay. There's no Reno. We are dead.
Just siphon and hope they don't have it, but they have it.
Cool. Really cool. No. No!
You should have.
Show the Hog Rider too.
Yeah, good.
Why do we have a Hog Rider? Oh my god.
This Tides is insane.
Oh, well, Strife Crow. They were at like 4 cards. That deck is obviously built to be able to beat the mirror pretty consistently. BGH, the Hog Leader in there, Reno Warlock rarely goes below 6 cards in a lot of stages of the game. So, and they're able to get it done without it.
Yeah, they should just pressure the whole step of the way. And Firebat nailed it with the Kazakus potion. And Strife Crow going, you really want to go for that? Yes.
Yes.
Like it's 75% chance to close that turn. So there were some draws from G2 that turned the game around, namely Reno Jackson. But without it, they're going to be in a tough shape. And honestly, that's such an interesting game to watch because that's different than almost every single Reno Warlock game I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. It's been a while since BGH. You heard G2 comment. Did they submit a deck from last year? That was Tice, I believe. And so Reno Warlock, once again, it'll be for Cloud9. And keep in mind, again, Tides of Time was unable to make it today. So it's just been Firebat and Strife Crow. And, you know, even though early on in the day they weren't really discussing at all, now they've stepped up the discussion. It seems like, you know, they're giving respect to a lot of the pilot's decisions, but still interjecting when they need to. I've liked the way that Cloud9 has been communicating back and forth between Firebat and Strife Crow since they've started talking more.
Yes, and that's the big key is since they've started talking more. At the start of this match, it was silence, and now they're getting a little bit excited. I mean, now they're 2 games away from winning, but they got to get past the Mage and the Priest from G2.
Yeah, and those aren't too bad of matchups. You know, Reno Mage, if that is a Reno Mage, I think usually has a good matchup against the Warlock. Priest, though, is pretty hit or miss. If it's Dragon Priest, we've seen that go many different ways. There's been some crazy Reno Warlock versus Dragon Priest matches so far in the Trinity Series. So that one's sort of up in the air. A lot of times it depends on how the deck is built as well. If you have Cabal Songstealer, if you're a little bit greedier with your choices, sometimes you can have a better matchup against the Reno Warlock.
Yeah, there's a couple things to think about with the Priest matchup as well, is that the Leatherclad Hog Leader gets charged when your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand. That can run straight over a Draconid operative and leave a 6/1 body behind.
Yeah.
That can be a big deal in that matchup where the tempo is concerned. As we get into game number 10, we're going to see the Reno Mage take on Cloud9's Reno Warlock. And Life Coach likes to build this in a bit of a different way. He loves the Medivh package as being his endgame value.
Yeah, he likes a lot of the cards that provide endgame value. You know, you heard Firebat make a comment earlier. All of their decks so far have had Ragnaros. Life Coach loves Ragnaros because it always does something later on in the game. You know, whether or not the 8 damage goes face on an empty board, it snipes off a minion. He loves those cards that get late game value like that. And there's the Leatherclad Hog Leader against Reno Mage. It's usually going to get value. You can already see Strife Crow having a giggling fit.
Not that that's any different from your everyday Strife Crow whenever he's playing games.
Yeah.
One of the most calm gamers I've ever seen.
One of the most giggly gamers I've ever seen.
Yeah, he'll have a giggle for sure. G2 opens up with a curve, but that's not what you want in this matchup.
Curving out. 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, and this in this mirror match style in terms of archetype, they want card draw. They want ways to create cards. They want ways to generate massive value. They don't need to fight for the board early, since Cloud9 is often going to be using life tap, just exchanging life for cards. So where do they go with a hand like this? Does a hand this early start to spell out your plan?
I don't know.
I don't think it does. And Life Coach is certainly going to find a way to figure out where to get value from. But this is slim pickings early.
What to do? What to do?
Yeah, Acidic Swampu is also... I mean, there's really nothing that they want to play on curve. They want to see card draw, you know, secrets to get those out of the way early. Faceless Summoner is pretty good. It's a card that we saw last week in their Reno Mage build.
Yeah.
That did some work for him.
It's a little bit worse when your opponent plays Sylvanas into it, but that's about it.
Drawing some removal, though. To start. Fireball, the ultimate counter to the Leatherclad Hog Leader.
Unless it gets value. Let's listen to G2 and see where they want to think about this turn 2.
The Mistress is doing 6 damage until she dies for free against AoE. So that basically means that we deal 2 damage with her maximally. It's not even about that we can rush them down so much, but it's Zeus, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they play Jaraxxus, they die anyways, right?
Yeah. They don't even play Jaraxxus, maybe. We didn't see it.
Yeah, but we saw so little. I mean, it was...
The Mistress is just hitting them, Taish. That's a problem.
But they are life tapping. The mixtures will have done 4 damage now. They are life tapping. You know that he will have dealt 4 damage already now.
Yeah, I know. Blood Mage? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You need to cycle.
Yeah. I feel like Demon Wrath here. It's even close to Demon Wrath, even if he didn't drop the Blood Mage over Earthen Ring, maybe. But with
I play Earthen Ring.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's no reason to keep it.
Our version is low in draw, that's a problem.
Indeed, it is a problem. G2 is going to need to pick up card draw to climb out of this game. The threats from Cloud9 are matching up very nicely versus what G2 has.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of times Reno Mage can win just because they have removal for the very limited amount of threats that Warlock usually presents. A lot of times it comes down to, and we even heard them mention, if Warlock can get Jaraxxus off safely without having to worry about burst damage, then the Warlock usually wins. And that's why they went ahead and played the Ooze, because by the time Jaraxxus comes down, either they win or the Jaraxxus overwhelms them and they don't need the Ooze anyway. So, but with this opening hand, you either need to put on pressure and force reactionary play out of your opponent, out of your Reno Warlock opponent, or you just have to have card draw for days.
And it's been pressure, but the pressure is being staved. That's bad news. G2 a little bit less excited, and look at this. That is a massive resource used to handle a refreshment vendor.
Yep. And now there's nothing to handle the Emperor Thorson.
Now, it's important to note that Emperor is not actually touching any combo cards here.
The Hog Leader. That's a combo card.
This is looking like Polymorph. And that's not how they want to use that. Let's listen to G2 as they take a very quick turn.
Then we called Fireball this one. Was not that obvious too that they called play it here.
I mean, there's not really great ways to play around Fireline's Portal.
Swan's okay. I think maybe just like tap here and play second rate or something, and then just play Swan's after the Fireline's Portal.
I wonder.
Sure.
See, let's start with the tap. Oh, Reno makes that line really good now.
Okay, yeah, that was my one concern. With that.
Yeah,
I was like, we're dying. But okay, sure.
Sure.
I'm not ready.
Faceless? Or is it ever?
We faceless. What is that?
Do
Oh,
we
it's like
attack here ever?
What? Attack? No. I just pass.
Yeah, probably pass. Yeah.
But what are you talking about?
You have Earthen Ring? Give me kill the 3/4, then heal your 4/5 back up
Oh, okay.
to set up for the Hellfire again.
Tap first then.
It's either tap or you can drop Sylvanas while doing that. Or you can play Shambler as a 4/5. Sylvanas isn't bad because it's helpful against Flame Strike. Sort of shenanigans. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Give me 1 second to think.
Okay. You can also like Dirty Red Hellfire Shadow Flame. But that's a lot of AoE utilization.
I have no time for games.
Let's just do this.
Okay. I like it. No, actually I don't.
Reasonable position for Cloud9. They're still drawing cards. That's a big thing. They're still communicating. That's
Well,
another big thing.
They just missed a big one here, which is that just directly trades.
Maybe they're okay with that.
Well, you saw Strife Crow react to it afterwards, like, and you heard Fire at the tail end go. Actually, I don't like that. They anticipated healing up the 4/5, so that way the Sylvanas stuck to the board.
Yeah.
Strife Crow 4 went a step there, and they just gave away the Sylvanas.
Got a little tap heavy. Tap happy there. Once again, G2 keeps...
Coach just dancing.
Yeah, and G2's emptying cards out of their hand. Which means that Leatherclad Hog Leader is just not getting any value. Big Game Hunter will find a target most likely in this deck, whether it be Medivh, Alexstrasza, an 8/8 from Kazakis.
Yeah, I'm not sure if G2 actually plays Alexstrasza.
Maybe not.
In the matches we've seen, and they tend to keep their lists pretty much the same.
I actually think we did see Alexstrasza.
I don't recall it.
I think we did last week. They won 3 games with Reno Mage last week.
You may be right.
So many possibilities.
It's a crucial.
I don't actually know. I guess I can't really say one way or the other if I don't.
Yeah. We've seen so many Reno Mages that blend together, but I'm pretty sure we saw it. But either way, it should get value. Now the question is, can Cloud9 take control of the board? Because that's sort of a necessity, too. If G2 puts him... Oh, here we go. The Leatherclad Hog Leader. Let's see what G2's reaction is going to be.
You're playing it so slow.
What?
Oh.
Whoa. That card is a 6/6.
Guys, are you kidding me? I mean,
it's a 6/6, man.
Playing that and the BG8, so they made it for the mirror match. So they're not playing Jaraxxus probably because
I will now put them on not Jaraxxus. Like, I don't know how they make all these.
I think they made a deck for the mirror match, so they're not playing Jaraxxus. They shouldn't be playing Jaraxxus.
Back to the game, what do we do here? Is it Volcanic, Blizzard?
we never ran. Yeah, now we can even draw Kazakus. Now we can draw Kazakus or Medivh.
I would Blizzard here. I think it's Blizzard.
No, I'm thinking of passing almost.
Passing.
Yeah,
you either pass or you play Blizzard. That's the 2 lines, I think. You can just go face and ping the 6/6 and then pass.
Time runs out on me.
You just Blizzard.
Don't want to take the 3/3? No. No.
What to do?
I would pass.
I like pass too. I think we're gonna need it so badly.
Yeah, just pass it. We go late game.
Ping the 6, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just saying for Flame Strike or something. He wants to push in 3 damage.
I don't think he can kill us. I don't think it's possible. He has no Emperor discount. As long as we stop the 3 from connecting, we can't die. So as long as we, don't let Water Elemental connect, there's literally no way we can die. He's holding onto a lot of cards though, which means Dirty Rat has a lot of value.
Braxax Manic. Let's play Dirty Rat this turn.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to have something in his hand.
I'm gonna play Mountain Giant first.
Seems reasonable to me. Then Dirty Rat, and then we'd probably just shamble the Mountain Giant.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to play this first so I know. Oh, good, perfect.
Alright. Kill Brand, shamble
Kill
Mountain
Brand,
Giant.
Shambler, Mountain Giant, go face. The 3/3.
Yeah, kill Brand first in case secret's something fucking weird.
Okay.
Keeping the mistress in the head heist. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I saw Brand getting pulled there.
No, but do you know? I mean, the mistress pull. You know what the?
Yeah, I know.
That's Blizzard, right?
Adrian.
That's Blizzard, right?
We always Blizzard this.
You Blizzard into Flame Strike Volcanic Potion.
No.
What can they do about it? They cannot do anything about it.
Let's think this.
What to do? What to do?
I would even play mistress now. Now we can play her.
You sound so sad.
I don't like playing her. You can play her later if you want.
I'm just a little bit sad because our very good play didn't get rewarded maximally. Yeah, keeping the mistress at the beginning and now.
Okay, let's think of this turn. Let's think with it.
Actually, if you play Mistress, you only have to like ping the giant. You can Blizzard ping the giant and Mistress. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. This is better.
We pinged the giant, you say? Yeah, we pinged the giant now, right?
You ping the giant because Mistress can connect with the 8/6, and then you just have to like ping Flame Strike next turn.
Trust.
Yes, I like it very much. I like it very much.
This is insane.
We pass, right?
You pass. Oh, yeah.
Are you tapping here? I can see a Blast Crystal on 3/6. Let's see, Flame Strike, Ping Clear. They have 3/6 left over. I don't like facelessing anything because we're already committed to AoE.
I wonder.
Do we want to Shadow Flame something?
Oh, let's Shadow Flame at 6/1. That's better.
Yeah, I think we Shadow Flame the 6/1.
Well, they settled on a play. It seems like a pretty good one. They keep their board alive at least to a Flame Strike. They'll be left with an 8-2.
Yeah, this is a really interesting turn here for G2 as well. I mean, you hear RDU trying to get everyone focused again. Like, hey, we still have a game to play. With G2, I'm curious if they're ever tempted to take 8 damage here to save a card, but that card would be Volcanic Potion, so just going to go ahead and use it. And honestly, even despite the hand sizes, Cloud9's not in that good a shape. Now, if they draw Kazakus, oh boy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my.
Draw what?
Yeah, well, that's going to be game over. I don't see a way that G2 gets out of this at this point. Let's listen to Cloud9.
Okay, yeah.
8 damage or 10 armor?
10 armor.
Okay.
Armor's good in this matchup. It's definitely like the most underrated one.
8 demon?
Oh yeah. This one we probably just get
8
healed.
damage.
Yeah.
This is a removal. We didn't get any super good potions like the +6 life.
Yeah. I mean, it should be good enough though.
Should be good
Flame
enough.
Striker gone and his brain, so he only has 1 Kazakus potion.
We need to dodge AI and stuff.
Well, that's a pretty big swing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not a swing since G2 was never really ahead, but...
Well, it's still swing, just more so in Cloud9's favor.
Yeah.
Like, that seesaw is awfully close to hitting the peak at this point. Wow. Flame lands naturally in the grip. It's a thing of beauty.
Cloud9 doesn't really have many threats left, but they have the Kazakus potion that revives through the minions. Now, they actually haven't had too many well, I guess they have had a lot of
They've
good
had a
minions
lot
now.
of super good minions, especially if that 8/8 reps as well.
But they've also had, like, Shambler die, you know?
They haven't a Doomsayer die, which is really the important one.
Yeah. I guess they have had a lot of
Hog
good
Leader, Emperor, Sylvanas.
Oh, yeah, they've had a lot of good ones.
Mountain Giant.
way more good ones than bad ones, actually. All right, let's listen into G2.
Red potion for them. Why is that bad? Do you know? What?
Do you ever make D first?
We need to flame lens and refresh.
Yeah, right. I think so too.
It's too greedy to make D first, right?
I think so.
They maybe will even want to. They maybe even want to play the other potion with health, and we cannot leave the minions on board. If they know also have. But the potion was so bad. 8 damage and 8 heat. Come on, guys. Such a bad. Oh, armor. They got the. Oh no. No. Hey. 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 Hey, wie kann man nur so viel. Oh.
That were the best minions. They had so many shitty ones.
Come on. How can I?
Hey. Oh. Hey. Okay, we have two options. We can Medivh or we can Acolyte Pink. These are the two options. Acolyte Pink can bring us to Kazakus, and Medivh is whatever. Medivh is what Medivh is, but it's only a 7/7 at the current state of the game. I think if we play Medivh, we are not good enough. We probably need to play Acolyte Pink.
Acolyte Pink, draw Dirty Rat and play Dirty Rat with the Doomsayer.
Okay, I play Medivh, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
And then you ping the brand. Oh, well, this. Oh, come on, the double 8/8. We could handle one, probably.
Like, what's the way we need MC Tech, or we need Dirty Rat into, like, pulling Doomsayer if they even have it.
Guys, it's just ridiculous. The
board going on. Oh, yeah, we don't play. Unless we use Blast Crystal to play around MC Tech.
It's not.
I think we need more on the board than 3 8/8s. I don't know. It seems like we're pushing it, man. But I guess
no, because Archmage in tonight. I don't know. We have
sure.
Let's just. I don't feel good about that for some reason. It just feels wrong to me.
All right, go with your gut, man.
I've got the beast in my sight.
I need to dominate them. It's not about winning. Unleash my inner Timmy.
Okay.
Anything can.
We ping it. We are still Gucci. We just get Kazakus now. And then we pick the removal potion with the sheeps. Kazakus! Man! Okay. So... yeah. Yeah.
We have to Roaring Torch the 4-2, right?
Probably. What can we get?
Oh no, we're Roaring Torch.
This game is so ridiculous, guys.
You could have Roaring Torch the Acolyte to try to draw into Dirty Rat and pull like Doomsayer or something. That's like the only way I see we clear this.
Oh, tricky, rather, very tricky.
They have to have Doomsayer in hand, right? They only have 7 cards remaining.
Oh man.
That was your plan, yeah? And you think that plan...
I don't see another way.
I take the Demon, yeah?
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm. No? You don't want it?
Why do you want it? What does it do?
Utilizing our life total, guys.
No.
We have 6 cards left, don't tap.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Siphon the Acolyte, trade the 4/2 into the 2/2.
No, we should trade an 8/8 into the 4/2 to the 2/2.
My control tech, man. Like if he Reno MC techs, he's in it.
You can't have MC Tech in.
He might have MC Tech right now because he just pinged our guy instead of killing it. He might be setting up for a Reno MC Tech swing. Like he could have tried to set it up so he can kill our guy for 2 mana, but chose not to.
Just so bad at throwing a 4/2.
We don't need
damage.
We can still kill him. Like he still dies from 30. But either do something. Roping. No. Make sure you pop him. That's the important part here.
Still better than 0.
No, not 15 to 20. It's like 2.5%.
Yeah, I know.
Play our Firelance portal.
And
But
now
on the other hand, Radu, I mean, you also have to say it. Otherwise, I mean,
yeah, I thought of it too late. It's very fancy play, like I don't know. What can you get?
I have no clue.
It's no legendary that does anything here. Yeah. Yeah,
I could. I got a 2-mana Taunt.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get this.
All right, we're going to a game number 11, Admirable. I feel like it's been a while. It's been all the way since week number 1 since we've had a game 11, I think.
Wow. I mean, this set could not have delivered more. With Cloud9 falling from behind, fighting for their life in the tournament, G2 struggling to close against this teched-out Warlock build. And now that we're going to game number 11, I mean, you heard StrifeCro say it wasn't even about winning. It was about releasing his inner Timmy. Timmy, a card player that likes to just do big, spectacular things. That's it.
Well, he did. He even kept alive his 4-2, which he thought was so important. But lots of cool things going on. And we're going to see the last game of the series. We're going to go to a very small break before we do so. Don't go anywhere, guys. The final between G2 and Cloud9 right after this.
Who's that? Oh.
I think I'm the only guy that plays Reno Priest.
It's Tice!
I think I'm the only guy that plays Reno Priest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hearthstone Trinity Series presented by ESL and Twitch. Tice lied in there because we actually saw Cloud9 play Reno Priest earlier on, and aside from that Who's That Pro. But it's about time to jump into the final game. Game number 11, Admirable. Cloud9 versus G2.
Wow, and this is the first game 11 for G2 in the Trinity Series. No one has been able to take it the distance versus them, and it's Cloud9 who dropped their first 2 sets and now looking to get that first win on the board and not fall too far behind in this season. Not only that, they're doing it a man down. Tides of Time couldn't make it to this match. It's been Firebat and StrifeCro fighting against the favorites of the tournament. Can they win this 11th and final game? They have Warlock Reno versus an unknown Priest
Warlock
from G2.
Priest. That's a tough one to beat.
Need Finlay to do that.
Yeah. But, I mean, the cool story for Cloud9 here is we thought it'd be a disadvantage. All the teams, what they do is they have, discussion, and then there's usually like a majority of players that decide what the play is. Cloud9, with only 2 players, since Tides couldn't make it, they had to sort of come up with a system where the pilot always has the final say. And you can see very much so in that last match, in the Reno Warlock match, Firebat would suggest a play, and Trefko would be like, I don't know, I'm feeling like this is the better one. And Firebat would concede and say, hey, you know, when I was the pilot, you conceded to the plays that I was feeling like. When you're the pilot, I'll concede to the plays that you're feeling like. It's been working. Can they take it the distance, though? Game 11, final match.
And I've heard Life Coach talk about this matchup in the past as well. One of the games that they lost last week was to an insane Priest opening, where he commented that draw might even beat Reno Warlock. And when he says might even beat Reno Warlock, I think it's an indicator of how bad he believes the matchup actually is. Let's listen to G2 as they navigate their mulligan.
It's not doing enough. It's not doing enough.
Really?
Okay.
I also don't like the agent too much. You need to. It's okay. It's okay.
And Def is not the keep, right? He's too reactive.
It's too reactive, but I'm not sure.
But we get killed if we don't get one death, right? And with
keep
2
on
in
death?
the, I would probably keep one death, 10% death. But no, you don't keep it. You don't keep it. Just give it away. Just give it away. Only 10 priest.
It's okay. Like Historian is so much better than Agent, right?
Yeah, it's so much better.
Just pass here.
Well, nothing, right?
Yeah, pass. Nothing. We'd never coin this guy out. Never. We also won. The Twilight Drake's not bad either.
Give me that Mountain Giant. They kept one card, so they have some dragon or death.
We always Historian here, right?
Yeah, let's do.
Let's get.
We ever coin a well?
Probably
No,
not.
never.
Operative, right?
I don't see anything.
Yeah, but
Operative, definitely Dragon Lord and Twilight Whelp.
yeah, then it's operative.
Yeah, operative.
I'll wait a bit. I'll like hover over the options.
Yeah, do it.
We never coin Twilight Whelp.
No, I don't think so.
That's good.
The operative.
Operative is always good, yeah.
So we Talon Priest?
Cloud9, they got the leather-clad Hog Leader, but they don't really have a threat that they can slam down on turn 4, and that's a big deal. No Twilight Drake, no Mountain Giant. What is their turn 4 play going to be? Maybe Blast Crystal Potion.
Yeah, I think that one's definitely off the table. Blast Crystal Potion, I mean, that's a lot of behind you set yourself.
All of the behind.
Yeah, to get to all of the behind, for sure. The question here for G2 is, are they coining the Twilight Drake or are they playing the Cabal Talon Priest? The Talon Priest runs right into the Shadow Bolt if Cloud9 wanted to use that, but the Twilight Drake could potentially run into a Spellbreaker.
You wish to live forever.
Also, they would expend the coin to do that.
Nothing. Well, they have Shadow Bolt.
Well, some of the nothing is... It's going to stay nothing for a while, too. This is looking rough.
Big Game Hunter doesn't even have any targets in this deck,
Yeah,
unless
it
they
has to
pick
be
up Alex Strazo or something from Draconet Operative or Nether Spite Story.
It's looking like the Faceless Manipulator could be the play on the following turn for Cloud9. Let's listen to G2 and see what their play is this turn.
I mean, Twilight Drake.
Let's focus. Okay, guys. Okay. We got off the knife because we don't have the 8/8. That was fortunate, because we also didn't keep the death, which might have been a mistake, but whatever. And now
They don't have the Twilight Drake either. Like.
Yeah. So we have. And I like to keep the coin for potential things, and the Twilight Drake is also pretty big, right? So.
Yeah, and we can follow up with whatever. But if we coin something, then Drake becomes useless.
I like the Drake, yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
We all like the Drake.
I like the Drake, yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. It's only 8, so it's like very bad if they have Giant, because we cannot value trade. But after they value, I mean, they will not have Giant.
Yeah, but turn 5 is never that great from Reno Luck.
And then we can operate.
I mean, tap Giant, but they will never kill the freaking Talon Priest after that Giant.
Sylvanas if he doesn't bump, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we can play Swansea if he does bump sometimes.
Sure.
Like maybe against the 5/6 dragon,
Like,
right? I'm not
we have to
sure.
maintain tempo against him because we don't have Jiraxes.
Mhm,
So if we're behind too far out tempo, he gets way better trades and we just die.
Yeah, so we need to maintain good trades is the thing. Yeah.
Ifs are always good. I really don't want to get Shamblered here.
Agreed. We also want to get rid of the 1/6. It's fine. It's also really good against Sorosna.
Sylvanas is juicy. I like Sylvanas way better than Hellfire Coil because we surrender tempo with that, and I want to keep on trucking. Yeah, Sylvanas into Abyssal seems really strong.
I have no time for games.
Hellfire Coil.
Wow.
Cloud9 put out a big thing there. You know, they said we have to play for tempo because we don't have Draxus, and Draxus actually can be a huge win condition against Dragon Priest. Just that late game, you know, play that solidifies the game once both teams are starting to run out of resources and things like that. So they have to, you know, stay reasonably even on board, not lose too much health, not lose too much value.
Look at this, G2. They're setting up the Sylvanas to be as weak as possible.
Yeah, they can even play Wormrest Agent as well if they want, and make it so that one of these minions can run over whatever is stolen.
They got to get the Draconid operatives going. I think they have to. Yep, there's the nod to that. What is it? Steal takes the Twilight Drake. And we're not going to get a visual for the Draconid operative on this turn, so we'll see what comes out of it.
They're running out of time. Got to choose quickly.
That's the Abyss. Wow, Shadow Flame too. Cloud9 just mentioned the Abyssal. Let's see if they follow through.
A little bit more, but
there's also the Leather Clad, but it's not great. It dies on board afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's not good. If
I don't think Abyssal's getting better.
Yeah, exactly. Looks good to me.
Possibilities.
Now they could do that, yeah. So.
Operative and Death?
Yeah, I think so.
There's nothing else, right?
There is Drake turn, or like you can go Agent, but I always want to Operative.
Yeah, do Operative first.
Twilight Drake, Reno, Jackson, Doomsayer.
What?
Twilight Dragon?
Twilight Drake, Reno, Jackson, Doomsayer. So I guess it's Drake?
No, yeah, probably. Or is it anytime Reno?
No. Never Reno. So what is the only thing is Doomsayer or what? Doomsayer. No. It's bad. Doomsayer. No, it's a dragon. Take the dragon and then Shadow Death.
Why the Death, right? Yeah.
Quickly.
like he shouldn't have stolen it. Couldn't play around Leatherclad, man. Probably tap here first. We can tap before Leatherclad. Is there a better play? Because we have a 6-1 on board.
Nah, 6-1's the best we got, man.
Shambler, interesting.
And then we can play 2 4/5s next turn. Double Yeti.
Whoa.
The Leatherclad Hog Leader is so good.
That was gross this turn, man. That was so good for them.
It runs over so much stuff in this matchup. It runs over Draconid Operatives. It runs over Azure Drakes. It runs over Twilight Guardians. If they have Bookworms, it runs over Bookworms.
Consider.
So good.
The thing to really think about here, though, is that Cloud9 is starting to dwindle on life total. If at any point G2 takes board, that is a big problem for Cloud9. They're going to have to be forced to use Twisting Nether or Shadow Flame, or Blast Crystal Potion in a situation like that to recover. So G2 just has to find a way to get a board swing. But where in these cards does that happen?
I mean, Shadow Flame, but the way Dragon Priest works, it doesn't really play high attack minions. It plays, medium attack minions that have high health that they can keep on healing and trading. So Shadow Flame's not going to really hit, 4/5s.
Yeah, plus the other thing to consider, Shadow Flame's not as good in a deck that doesn't just draw cards at will with their hero power. So the setup here, let's see how Cloud9 responds.
We can Blast Crystal that.
We can also silence Boil. That's way better.
That is way better. How do we kill a 2/4 without trading? Is that possible?
I mean, we could Blast Crystal 2/4, but I don't like that.
Yeah, okay, let's start with the draw.
Your magic shall not save you.
Giant. Oh, I think I want to save that for Shambler because of the death.
Okay, then just play Imp Gang Boss, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. They shouldn't have Cabal. I don't think they're Reno because...
No, they shouldn't have Cabal. Every single card they played was a standard card for Dragon Priest. Even though they haven't played duplicates, it's like all Dragon Priest cards.
Yeah, they're all also in your Reno Priest list, except for Twilight Whelp, I guess. It's like the only Dragon
No,
Priest
but it's
card.
like it makes more. It's like you can't get a read like that the other way. You know what I mean? Like, say
I think
they
it's
don't
Dragon
play. Do you think they were in Dragonfire or Holy Nova? Like how what kind of? He's used coin already, right?
They've used coin, yeah.
So now they still have one more Warlock card. Could be a Mountain Giant, Leroy, Reno, Kazakus. Things like
Wish to live forever.
I don't think we can die if we just play
Double Giant.
If we have Double Giant, then we're at 12. He death plus Leroy's only. It's not enough to kill us. Dragonfire's not that bad for us, right? If we just play double.
Yeah, it's not that bad. So
I'm leaning towards tap.
I wonder.
Okay. Go for it, man. Yeah, we have enough heal now as long as we don't die. Double Giant, make sure you kill the 3/4 and we should be gravy.
One.
Okay, okay.
So the Shadow Flame has spell damage.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? We always Shadow Death, the 8/8.
And then we trade and then we draw, right? Like we have to draw with...
We could kill the whole board with like Holy Nova Shadow Flame.
Yeah, but then we don't draw.
Yeah, and then we don't draw. No, it's not good.
So you def the 8/8. And you trade it to boss?
Yeah,
and then we draw. Trade into boss and draw. We have to draw here. We are having... We have to
draw. I agree.
Come on, something.
Late, right?
Yeah, I think you play it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like playing it.
My word is paramount. Leave me alone.
Dragons.
Oh, Shadow Flame. Can that do anything fun?
I think it's worth it.
No, I mean not on the Giant, on something else. I don't see anything. Okay, no dragons left. Which tells us he's got like Holy Novas and stuff in his hand and Bran.
Okay, so my play is second rate Earthen Ring Refreshment Vendor, trade the Giant into the 4/7 and heal the Giant with Earthen Ring.
What if we Blast Crystal the 4/7 and kill the Cleric? He has no dragons right now, so we're fizzling his hand out. If we heal our Giant, we draw him a card.
Okay, you're right.
And no dragons.
Second rate first then?
Things. Yeah, second raid first, I think, and I want to just kill the Cleric, Blast Crystal, and maybe just Earthen Ring yourself, or tap one of the two. I think Earthen Ring yourself, though. But it is pretty hard to die with the 4/5, so we could just tap again.
That's a heal.
Yeah, you can't Ezra Drake Holy Nova because he has no dragon, right? So
yeah,
Dragon Fire Potion doesn't get through to kill the giant.
Yes, exactly.
Where do all these cards come from? Blast Potion.
There's nothing we can do, right?
Yeah, you can pain. To stop the pain a little.
I must consider.
Oh man, pain.
Yeah, okay. That's pain, yeah. That's pain and heal our face, sure.
Yeah, I don't see anything else. What are our routes? Like, I don't think we have that many or anything.
We have still Operative, we have an Historian, maybe even Ezra Drake.
And
we have no way to kill the giant.
I know trade hit face. Do you even need to trade?
I would go face with everything.
Like, we don't need to, but like he could have Talon Priest and it could get annoying.
Okay, Talon Priest or Argus. Yeah, sure. Trade the 4/5.
Okay.
I think it's just responsible, right?
Yeah. It's not like we're. Yeah, like I don't see it. Like we don't have to go face here. We're not all in. You know?
We're gonna be rich.
Do we have Leroy left? We do, right? And PO? We have Leroy PO left. Oh, what if he's holding Twisting Nether? I'm gonna
concede. There's nothing.
No, don't concede. What the?
Four attack minions.
Ja.
Nova?
12, 16, 17. We have to hold in over. We have to hold in over.
Heal. Oh man.
Ja, mach mal hold in over and heal face.
Draw another Nova. We still cannot click the board.
We need Operative Shadow.
Oh man, you can hear RDU's sadness and Knife Coach seemingly in physical pain with that. I don't even know the groan they let out, but Cloud9 is just going through the motions to close this series out. This is all but over for G2, I feel.
What a dominant performance at the end. G2 was up 5 games to 3, and look at what's happened to them now in an 11th and final game for the set.
Yeah, they were forced to win 3 games in a row if they wanted to take the series with this Reno lock, going up against some tough matchups, and they managed to do it. And you could see some information regarding it as we, see these Kazakus potions. Both 10 manas, but I don't think G2 is even living another turn. I don't think those potions are even getting played. RD wanted to concede last turn.
I mean, what could they draw to get out of it? Nothing. There's nothing in the build that does it. Let's listen to Cloud9 and hear what they think if they're come from behind.
Because everyone uses Reno Mage for countering aggro, so if we can use bait out their anti-control decks early on with our Reno Mage, get the Druid out of the way, and then all of our hard control decks are just impossible to stop.
Yeah.
So this worked out really well with how our Reno lock is tilted towards just stomping control with Hog Leader and BGH. So, but yeah, people make their Reno Mage not be able to beat Reno lock. They're going to have a problem with Reno lock.
I think it was good for us, to talk less, it's much easier to play without as much, discussion, our strategy was pretty good.
Yeah. Twitch chat, of course, is going nuts, saying, Cloud9 hates each other, no talking.
Oh, no way.
It's just, we're not good at talking, I don't know.
Good at
talking and thinking at the same time is difficult.
Yeah.
It's not a team game, Hearthstone,
it's like one person to think about.
Yeah, it's too difficult to play with so many people.
Oh, we got a little insight into their strategy there, but one thing's for certain, that is a huge win for Cloud9, their first match win of the season, and with Alliance taking a win earlier on today, is this the week that the winless teams turn it around?
I mean, it looks to be the case. I mean, that was a huge victory for them. It looked like they were just done, and then you heard Firebat talking about a strategy at the end, bait out the anti-control decks. Queue up greedy control decks. Get them.
And take the series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings after that match to see where these teams shake up after this one. Complexity and Luminosity, with G2's loss, go on the top of the bracket here, both with a 2-0 score, but they play against each other tomorrow, so there'll only be one undefeated team at the end of this season. G2, Team Liquid, Cloud9, and Temple Storm, and Alliance now all in the middle of the pack. So with the live finals at the end of the season being the top 4 teams that move to it to compete for, a large majority of the $150,000 prize pool, at this point in the season, having all of these teams so close is actually really exciting.
Yeah, it definitely is. And G2 being pulled back a game and Cloud9 stepping up a game, they needed that. If they fell down 0-3 after this set, your spirit's got to be low after that.
Yeah,
if that's the case. But now everything's uplifted, and you heard them talking about it. They think better and they play better when they don't have to verbalize everything. Maybe that's a key to Cloud9 moving forward. We were kind of touching, where's the communication at? I don't really like it that much.
It's playing all on. But to hear about it from the man himself, we have an interview with StrifeCrow from Cloud9. Hey, StrifeCrow, can you hear us?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man. So we heard you guys talking. I want you to go over your strategy a little bit here. You didn't have Tides of Time this week. He couldn't make it. But you guys didn't really talk too much. Talk me through your strategy behind the communication this week.
Yeah, so week 1 and 2, we were talking a lot about every turn. I kind of knew that even before the tournament started that I was not a good communication player in game. A lot of players like to talk to people on Skype as they play. I've almost always played solo, and it's really hard for me because first of all, I'm pretty forceful as far as giving advice goes. Say we're playing code names, I'm like, yo, do this, and there's I cannot let people do their own thing. I can't take it. So I'm very bad at giving input because I'm way too forceful, and I'm not always the best at some of the decks that other people are playing, like Anyfin Palin, for example. So I've noticed that I've definitely thrown at some games just talking too much. I'm also not good at listening feedback because for me, it's Hearthstone's a strategy game, right? It's you have a minute and 30 seconds to think about your plays, and you need to use that time bank just to think over all the possibilities. I'm not very much of an intuitive player. I need to actually go over the different things that can happen. So I think just talking is more for players that just play it off more for intuition. I definitely need my time bank to think. So what we're trying to do from maybe this week is just to have it more, one person playing, maybe just some very minor talking, just pointing out maybe potential lethals and things like that. I'm counting anything, but nothing just constant discussion. I wanted to start out like this, but I didn't want to BM the show too much, just have it totally quiet because part of the competition was the talking, but we're going Super Saiyan after losing 0-2. We just need to pull out all the stops now.
Yeah, it worked out for you. It's pretty cool to hear you guys' thoughts on it, and it's true that some teams, really benefit from that talking. But another point that was pretty cool about today is the Warlock deck that you guys brought. It was super tech for control mirrors, the leather-clad Hog Leader, and the Blast Crystal Potion. Talk me through some of the choices in that deck.
That's Tide's deck. He wasn't here. I was sad. And then that's all. I don't know.
That's it. Nothing more to say. Just played Tide Stick. Were you guys even familiar with sort of the way the deck was built, or did you look at the deck list prior?
I didn't look at the deck list prior. I was very sad there was no Draxus, and we had to play against Reno Mage and Priest. Drax so good in that matchup, but it was not my choice. But it was because also we were having less communication, so we wanted everyone to have their own deck that they were familiar with, and that was supposed to be Tide's deck. So that's why I don't know why he had so many of the weird cards. He had Spellbreaker and BGH and Blast Crystal and Siphon and Hog, all these weird stuff. So I think it's kind of weird, but it worked out.
All right, then go ahead.
Yeah, you guys have been playing Kundra, it seems like almost exclusively in the Druid games, but a lot of people move over to the Jade side. What do you feel the benefit is of playing that particular version of Druid over the traditional Jade Druid?
Mally is better against Rogue, but we were banning. I think if you ban Rogue, you probably want to play Jade. Also, Mally is harder to play, and I know that, especially with the overflood of communications in the earlier weeks when we were all talking, it made Mally Druid really hard to play because you just need to really think in your head and how some of the miracle turns go, whereas Jade is more straightforward. So that's another reason to play Jade, but I think it's the biggest thing is just Rogue. Jade is better against non-Rogue, whereas Mally is better against Rogue.
All right, well, final question. Now that you guys have sort of solidified your spot in the middle of the pack, what's your goal in the entirety of the Trinity Series? What's your team's goal here?
Our goal is to win, but after going 0-2, you might have to change your mind. My goal is to do as good as possible. Yeah.
All right, well, a good start to this week, and we're getting close to the halfway point, so we'll see if you guys can turn that season around. This is a good step in the right direction. Thanks for joining us, Strifecrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, pretty cool. I'd like to hear some of the other players' thoughts on how they feel communication works, because I know after talking with some players, they said it was beneficial because they got to hear sort of the other side of the coin, and sometimes they were their decisions were swayed because of that.
Yeah, it's really interesting to hear that they are just doing better when they think in their own heads and play the game the way that they've been playing for years.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for the remainder